go in pursuit of your personal comforts to build on waterways and disadvantage all of us as it's raining. It is not a spirit of sacrifice. Don't tip your refuse into bins and choke the drains so that when it rains then our homes are flooded. It's not part of the spirit of sacrifice. Learn to put the nation first in pursuit of your own dreams and aspirations. That is business sense for you this morning as we all join our Muslim brothers and sisters to celebrate Eid al-Adha. Business sense is brought to you by ABSA. No matter how nice your landlord is, nothing beats owning your own home. And ABSA knows this. That's why this year they're helping us say yes to making it happen. With an ABSA mortgage, you can finance your dream home with flexible, tailored solutions. Get up to 5 million Ghana Cedi with 5 to 15 years to pay back on a fixed interest rate. This 2026, say yes to your home sweet home. Visit an ABSA Bank branch to apply for an ABSA mortgage today. Your story matters, ABSA. We'll take you to the news shortly. We'll go online in particular for the news review, and that's brought to you by Zonda Tech and Fidelity. Welcome to Zonda Tech Ghana Limited, your one-stop automobile shop and proud operators of an impressive automobile assembly plant in Ghana. From heavy-duty trucks powered by global giant Sino-Truck to premium SUVs and pickups from Great Wall Motors and Cherry, we have dependable light-duty trucks by Forland, world-class construction equipment from Shantui and Sunny Group. We deliver quality, so talk to us. Choose strength, choose quality, choose locally assembled excellence. And if you're looking for a home, a vehicle, you're looking for home appliances all put together, from the 28th, that's tomorrow, to the 31st of this month, the Ultimate Auto and Homes Fair lands once again at the Good Park, Accra Mall. Pass by if you're looking for a new car, a dream home, or the latest home appliance to spruce up your space. Unbeatable prices, what you get. Don't just dream it. Come to the Good Park from the 28th to the 31st and own something special. Views and Homes Fair inspired by Fidelity Bank Ghana Limited. Fidelity Bank, believe with us. Nah good. Nah good. Richard Dalaska is here on this beautiful Wednesday morning. No, the day is really nice. Depending on
Baraka de Salah.
What should I say?
Baraka Kade.
Oh, Baraka Kade.
Well, like today, we better enjoy sote.
Oh no!
We can eat meat tote.
Oh, you have some meat already? Then bring you meat already.
Well, greetings to my brothers, my sisters.
Umaru Sanda.
Oh, Umaru Sanda, Laji now.
Yeah, Malam.
Umaru Sanda, Alhajin.
I didn't prepare for this. You take me by surprise.
Oh, you don't know. No, we did a Zungu inside. No, greetings to all the brothers and sisters. Yes, Fauzu Masaudu.
Yes, Fauzu Masaudu.
Yes, Haja.
Mustafa.
Haja.
And Napoka.
Oh, Charlie, all of them.
Megida Napoka.
All of them.
Nimatu.
All of them. Yeah, and to all my uncles, my brothers, my sisters who are also celebrating Salah today. Isa of Ketu South constituency. I celebrate you.
Yes.
Baobia, Dr. Baobia, I celebrate you. Dr. What do you call it? I forgot his name.
The education minister.
Yes.
Oh, Aduna.
Yes.
Haruna Idrisu, the honorable.
Haruna Idrisu.
Yes, and the other one.
No.
I mean,
that one, I object to it. He's my man. You know.
I mean, and everyone else.
No. I see you do no try. I object. You know. Be my man.
I see the other one.
The honorable member for Asawasi.
Yes.
Muntaka.
And the distinguished minister for interior.
Yes. The honorable Dr. Al-Hassan Rashid Popu.
Oh yes.
Member of Parliament for West Central. Yes. They're all of them. You know, all of them. I celebrate.
Shamima Muslim.
Yes.
Dr. Babu and his people. Everybody.
Yes, presidential spokesperson. All of them. I celebrate you. But all of these celebrations, Charlie,
it has to. It
will come to naught if you don't perform.
No, there must be performance.
Well, I meeting about eating. So make sure they eat. They eat meat, Charlie. No, if for flow. Yeah, the meat we foresee the meat. If you don't see the meat, Charlie.
No, the people say will complain about the cattle so taste. That's why they sort out.
Oh no. I think we raised very legitimate concerns, and I think it is in keeping with the peace that is preached by the faith that we do things that so that we are at peace with the community, the society, and the environment. It's very important. We can do better. We can kill the
slaughter
animals.
them in a proper abattoir.
Exactly, and then the CIDA ensures hygiene and all the things that come with it. We should not use the festive seasons to create problems for our neighbors. It's very important. It's very important. In the meantime, though, let's go to what the portals are saying online, because we don't have the newspapers today. Everybody is enjoying the day. If you go to the CNR citynewsroom.com, Ghana records $2.6 billion in FDI inflows as China leads project count. You have some other stories on the same page. Ashanti region, Akomadan crash leaves 12 dead. I saw the videos yesterday. I was troubled. Two in critical conditions. We should not continue to see these things on our roads. Military officers, police personnel arrested over alleged gold robbery, and Accra needs more aerial roads to ease arterial roads to ease congestion. This coming in from Professor Oteng Abebio.
Right.
You move to Channel 1 News Online. You have a story. The lead story says enforce laws against illegal structures on waterways. NADMO tells MMDAs. Other stories include Ewutu Senya East Task Force clamps down on roadside livestock sales. So something we're talking about. Mustafa Yusuf denies wrongdoing in 579 million Ghana Cedi African Games audit report. He's also celebrating the Salah today. The African Games audit findings cannot be dismissed as errors. This is Edem Senanu of the governing party side talking here. And Channel 1 market price barometer May 2026 cabbage price.
So the prices are falling, but the demand is weak. So and Neta bill licensing regime must be clear to avoid ambiguity. This is still on Brandt here. Still on that, the sector minister Sam George says the bill has not been passed. It's still at the draft stages. I saw a stakeholder conversation the minister had with the players in the space on the Neta bill. So more on that unfolding.
Yeah, the minister, I will have some meeting with that, because I want to understand all the issues happening in the sector. And all the documents that they rely on to do these things.
A lot is going on.
People are saying all kinds of things, and he's also responding. And we need to find the truth somewhere in between.
Absolutely. Now, freight forwarders welcome suspension of Momo transfer charge. That also created some buzz on social. Some had even called it an e-levy that was coming back and all of that. It's been suspended. But people also still send screenshots to say they've had some charges and related matters.
Let's continue. Come back to this.
If you go to the High Street Journal this morning, about $15 billion needed in 20 years to develop a Punta Cana model of beach tourism on Ghana's coast. Still send screenshots to say they've had some charges and related matters.
Let's continue.
If you go to the High Street Journal this morning, about $15 billion needed in 20 years to develop a Punta Cana model of beach tourism on Ghana's coastline. And then farmers renting land threaten long-term agricultural investment. This is Daniel Fahini Akwe. Silence the Spence. How Queen Mother trial. We'll bring you details. And police arrest members of robbery syndicate linked to multiple attacks. And first batch of Ghanaian health professionals set for deployment to Jamaica in June. And then you have our compatriots first set to be repatriated from South Africa over anti-immigrant protests. This is on My Joy Online.
Okay, let me take you to graphic.com. There are a number of stories here. Let me mention them quickly. Engine failure resulting from overheating most likely caused the crash that happened in Tema, the light aircraft that crashed on its way from Ho
Also, 2023 African Games Forensic Audit, Mustafa Yusuf, William Kate Kweku Ufosua Sare, recommended for recovery actions and sanctions.
Yeah.
There are further stories there. One that says U.S. to deploy Ghanaian, an innovative malaria prevention tool to protect 60 million people from the mosquito-borne disease, and some other stories on the same website. If you move to 3news.com, the big story says technical education, innovation, and technology transfer must occupy central place in Ghana's transformation agenda. Two other stories I want to mention quickly. Education Ministry seeking cabinet approval for 10% of Get Fund resources to be reserved for TVET. This is coming in from the Minister Haruna Idrisu. If you go to GNA News, Ghana climbs to 17th globally in outsourcing competitiveness. Is it outsourcing? Okay, so the thing just moved. Those pages that
something just flashes.
Yeah,
forgive me.
Yeah, that's
we
right.
Thank God.
Otherwise, I have to wait for it. Yeah. Well, and also 12 perish in that Akumadan crash. That story is also here.
Yeah.
And a number of other stories. Let me just mention the BBC quickly. Dozens killed in Lebanon as Israel intensifies strikes. I mean, these things are completely unacceptable. We should stop the killings. The madness must stop. Also, Israel says new head of Hamas military wing killed in Gaza City strike. Elsewhere, we're told the U.S. is also opening fresh fire on Iran in apparent self-defense, or that's what they are calling it. Meanwhile, Iran is condemning U.S. strikes as gross violation of ceasefire agreement. Some other stories make the pages here. So let's go.
Where
into
would you
the
like
details.
us to start from?
Okay, yesterday there was this troubling car crash.
Yeah.
And our portal.
This is the Akumadan crash,
exactly.
Right?
So let me take that story. It's horrifying, man. Yeah. The story is by Tawfiq Mohammed, and it says about 12 people have been confirmed dead and 2 others in critical condition after a commercial minibus collided head-on with a trailer at Akumadan in the Offenso North District in the Ashanti region. Now, the crash occurred Tuesday afternoon in front of the Offenso North District Assembly. What's going on? Now, the minibus was said to be traveling from Kumasi to Wenchi for the Eid celebration. While the trailer was heading from Techiman onwards towards Kumasi. Now, confirming the incident to City News, Akumadan District Police Commander DSP Paul Boaching Donko said the driver of the commercial vehicle attempted to overtake another vehicle but veered into the path of the oncoming trailer, causing the incident. Yes, Kakra.
Yeah, just talking about vehicle accidents or crashes. There's one this morning. If you are on the Medina Airport Highway, just at the Ghana Standards Authority section.
Medina Airport, is that an airport?
The highway.
Okay.
So after Oponglo, when you get to the Standards Authority turning, just over there, there's a mangled minibus. Yes, it doesn't look good, but thankfully the police are there now trying to move the mangled vehicle from the road. But I think it's a good call by Sky that people should, especially around the season, take it easy and be cautious on the road.
What is also important is that many of our friends who are celebrating today, some for some reason believe it is the opportunity to just misbehave on the road. They ride motorbikes anyhow. I don't know why people do that. I don't get it. It's important that you preserve your life, because what happens is you may not care about your life, right? But when a crash happens now and they rush you to the hospital,
their family is going to be in
distress.
distress.
Beyond that, someone whose condition did not involve that kind of recklessness, right? We should ordinarily be treated by the state. You go and occupy the bed that should, or the resources that should go to that person. And so we need to look at it like your neighbor matters. And also someone on the road who is driving responsibly, you go and
run into the
exactly. So, yes, we are celebrating and we make merry with you, but it's important that the neighbor principle applies here.
Yeah, that's true. Plus, the weather is not so great. It's raining everywhere. The streets are wet, so it's not a great time. There's never a great time to indulge in, That's the point. So let's take notes.
Yeah. So we're told Ghana records some 2.6 billion US dollars actually in FDI inflows as China leads project count.
Interesting.
So Ghana recorded estimated foreign direct investment inflows of some 2.61 billion US dollars in 2025, according to citinewsroom.com, across 253 projects and existing companies. Now, this is according to the latest provisional data from the Ghana Investment Promotion Center. Now, the 2025 figures far surpassed the 652 billion US dollar. No, it's actually million US dollar recorded in 2024. Oh. Look at that. Okay, I hope they are mentioning it properly, though. Okay, yeah. So 2.61 billion against 652 million. Now that's huge, underscoring a renewed investor interest in the economy, following significant improvements in inflationary pressures and currency stability during the period under review. Now, if you contrast that story with the story I saw yesterday on the East African website,
right?
That story says a bigger role for diaspora cash in East Africa's slowing economies. Interested in the trading space. And that story says that, let me give you just two paragraphs of the story. Just one paragraph. East African economies are facing weaker growth prospects because of the global crisis stemming from the military conflict in the Middle East. And the story goes on to say that this provides an opportunity for the East African countries to look to the diaspora. There's a lot of money that comes in from remittances.
Yes.
One way of developing your economy when investment or FDI slow down is to look to these markets and see how you can harness remittances. I think Ethiopia has done something with their dam in that respect, and some other initiatives they use to get funding for that project. So I'm also looking at how
that.
Yes.
It's a good point. Now, turning our attention to some graft stories. Mustafa Yusuf has denied wrongdoing in 579 million Ghana Cedi All African Games audit findings. Abigail Arthur writes on citinewsroom.com that former Minister for Youth and Sports and Member of Parliament for Yagaba Kubori, Mustafa Yusuf, has responded to an Auditor General's report on the 13th All African Games Accra 2022, which recommends that he and other officials be held responsible for the recovery of over 579 million Ghana cedis linked to alleged financial irregularities. The report was commissioned in 2025 and it cited alleged irregularities, including cost inflation, unsupported payments, undelivered goods, and contractual deviations across several expenditure lines such as catering, transport, accommodation, equipment, procurement issues, and infrastructure projects. So some of the projects some of these events, one organize them poorly, and by the time it's done to, there are reports of several infractions running into the millions.
Yes, that's an important one. Meanwhile, the president is saying that technical education, innovation, and technology transfer must occupy central place in Ghana's transformation agenda. You find that story on 3news.com. And the story, just the first two paragraphs by Eric A.J., says that President John Dramani Mahama has positioned technical universities as central to the country's industrial transformation agenda. Now, he declared that the future competitiveness of the nation would depend heavily on how effectively technical education, apply research and industry collaboration are harnessed to drive innovation and enterprise. This is something that Samens has been talking about. He even is aggrieved by the fact that we've changed polytechnic to technical university, all because somebody wants to get a degree and all of that. I think some of these spaces should be preserved for the purity they offer. But for some reason, everything we either change into authority or to university.
No, we have cut cake for the conversion.
And then we are doing
doing PR in these schools.
But Sky, we left the polytechnics and the technical institutions as places you go when you didn't pass. So it's not simply people are craving degrees. It's
but
also
I saw the agitation that they were making.
Certainly, but we've created a culture around it. And so polytechnics at some point became where you dump the students who didn't make the grades.
Okay.
So we kind of need that reorientation about what these, and I think the president's call is good. These courses shouldn't be seen as, you know, the last option for you because you didn't pass.
Right.
But we have great artists in this country. We should market them so that they'll also be aspirational.
So the conversion for you was part of the social engineering, right? It must come with some proper capital investment in machinery and workforce. There's a sad story on the City Newsroom I want to bring your attention to. You know, it's been raining, and a young man went to seek shelter under a container. Unfortunately, the space was electrified, so he got electrocuted.
Oh no!
Yeah, East man killed after being electrocuted in container amid downpour. So a man has died after being electrocuted during Monday's rains in the Ghanaian East Municipal Assembly in the Greater Accra region. National Disaster Management Organization (NADMO) has confirmed. Now, the regional director of NADMO, Dennis Nate Ajano, said the incident occurred when the victim sought shelter near a container that had been inadvertently electrified. So it's quite.
Soul rest in perfect peace.
Yeah.
And these things are not
difficult.
I don't know. Anyway, let me take you to a story quickly on GNA.org.gh. BOG directs MMFL to hold off wallet to bank transfer fees. What we were talking about much earlier. The story is by Mokpokpo Anku of the GNA, and it says the Bank of Ghana has directed the Mobile Money Fintech Limited to pause the implementation of its proposed 0.75% fee on direct wallet to bank transfers effective June 1, 2026. In a statement issued in Accra, the bank said it had asked MMFL to hold off to allow for further consultation. Now, it says that the decision reflected its commitment to ensuring that any charges or changes to charges in the mobile financial services ecosystem were introduced fairly, protected consumers, and supported their financial well-being. And it goes on to talk about some other things. Of course, the minority has been blasting government on the matter. And yesterday on the floor of Parliament, the majority leader was not happy with the minority leader and went aggressively. And whatever it is, I think this is an issue that we should really throw, some serious light on, because we don't want, the thing has been abolished, right? But we don't want people hiding under, operation fee, those things, and then
it is...
exactly, 0.75.
Uniquely being redacted.
That one we won't agree.
At all.
So, at least there should be questions asked on the floor of Parliament. Yes. I mean, under what circumstances
was the day
exactly in the first place, because we're complaining about how they were collecting money from us unlawfully. The BOG was supposed to investigate.
Parliament
was supposed to invest. Yes, but nothing happened. Yes, so this, these things. Look, this 0.75. If it happens for even 2 hours across the country,
that's a lot of money.
Because of the volume of transactions we're dealing with, so much money gets collected. Who is keeping that money?
Who is accounting?
Exactly. So yes, we are not saying that firms should not get into the space and operate and facilitate our services, but there should be some real conversation around, the transparency issues at play. Because Charlie, this one we won't agree
at all.
No,
at all.
Anyway.
While we are at it, if you live in Tema, Gridco has news for you this fine holiday. They say parts of Tema will experience power outage on Wednesday. That's today. So that's the news for you. From 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. there will be maintenance exercise taking place. So you are likely to experience some power outages. And so look forward to that. That is from the camp of the...
Yes, yesterday a good friend of mine called me and complained about the power situation in their area. Apparently the power went off, over the weekend. And as of last night when he was speaking with me, the power had not returned. And the chicken, the meat, all these things they had. I mean, this is unacceptable. It's objectionable.
I don't know, but the light...
And the ECG is sort of not telling the truth as to what exactly exactly is happening, or so it seems.
No, they've quickly told us that they've resolved the power issues, but there are parts of the country that are still experiencing power outages. Last night, mine went off, came back, and then then came back again. I don't know what is going on.
That's just so wrong. That's
guys,
just so
please,
wrong.
we
Anyway, today is the birthday of Papa Fredo.
Yes.
Chief Papa Fredo.
Fred,
my man. He's my man.
My man.
Oh, he's my man. He's my main man.
Correct.
Papa
man.
Okay.
Very well. I'll defend to you.
Chief Papa Fredo.
So that means lattes on the house.
Oh yes, of course. You know.
Assistant producer.
Yes, sir.
No, the main man of the Ghana people. No, he's the main man. He just takes easy.
No, he's the landlord.
I be deadly.
You know they shall.
Allah.
But if he vex, Allah be that.
And then also let me celebrate Alexander Kwamena Apenyo Martin, the man from Germany.
Yes.
The man from Winnipeg. Yes, he's the minority leader in Parliament.
Maybe so.
Yes, and today is his birthday. We celebrate the two of them.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Shibaba Araba Benning is here with details for the breakfast edition of the City Business News. Araba, Otaden.
Muhuye.
Anying.
Welcome to the holiday edition of the breakfast edition of City Business News. The bulletin is brought to you by MTN, EcoBank, and Valex. I am Sheba Araba Benning. Thanks for your time. Let's get into our stories now. Cabbage prices from the protein and fresh produce basket have recorded a sharp increase, doubling within a month as supply shortages hit major markets across Accra. This is according to the latest Channel One Market Price Barometer for May 2026, which revealed the live chicken, carrots, and goat meat also recorded notable increases. There's more in the following report. The latest Channel One Market Price Barometer for May 2026 shows sharp movement within the protein and fresh produce basket, with cabbage recording the steepest increase within the basket in Accra. The average market price of a large cabbage doubled by 20 Ghana cedis in April to 40 Ghana cedis in May, representing a 100% increase. Traders blame severe supply shortages, with some markets recording little to no stock available, while remaining supplies were reserved for preferred customers. Carrot prices also recorded a strong upward movement, increasing by 15% from 20 Ghana cedis to 23 Ghana cedis for 4 average size pieces. Within the poultry category, foreign live chicken prices surged by 10.16%, rising from 181 cedis 56 pesos in April to 200 cedis in May. The traders attribute the increase to rising poultry feed prices, higher transportation costs, and tight supply conditions amid strong consumer demand. Goat meat also recorded a moderate increase of 3.16%, moving from 95 Ghana cedis to 98 cedis per kilogram. The traders also say that varying prices quoted by butchers across different markets contributed to the increase. On the other hand, garden eggs recorded a marginal decline of 1.27%, easing from 98 cedis 25 pesos to 97 cedis per a 4.5 liter bucket. Despite the reduction, traders insist that supply remains insufficient to fully meet its demand. Green pepper prices remained unchanged at 10 cedis for 5 average size pieces, although traders warn that quantities available on the market are gradually reducing and could trigger future price increases. Fresh tilapia and beef with bones both remained stable at 100 cedis and 80 cedis respectively, while oranges also recorded no change, remaining at 2 cedis for 1 small piece.
Overall, the traders say supply shortages, transportation costs, and fluctuating market demand continue to shape price movement across the protein and fresh produce basket in Accra's major markets. That was data compiled by Channel One TV Research Desk under the Channel One TV Market Price Barometer, tracking the pulse of prices in Accra. Away from that, the Ghana Investment Promotion Center has clarified that a revised investment framework, which includes the removal of minimum capital requirements for foreign investors, will not open the informal retail sector to foreign participation. This follows Parliament's passage of the Ghana Investment Promotion Bill, which is currently awaiting presidential assent. There's more in the following report.
The reforms as contained in the bill forms part of efforts to modernize Ghana's investment regime. Speaking at a media briefing on the sidelines of a board and management retreat at Peduasi in Ebri, CEO of GIPC, Simon Maji, emphasized that long-standing legal protections for informal traders remain unchanged despite the policy shift on capital requirements.
Even as we've removed the minimum capital requirement and foreign businesses are coming, they still can't go into those areas, regardless of the amount of money that you bring in or what. These are areas reserved exclusively for Ghanaians. So that has nothing to do with minimum capital requirement. You can't go there unless you are a citizen of Ghana. In international investment law or trade, they will call that negative list. Every country has certain areas that are reserved for their citizens. What I want the media to come along with us is the question of fronting. We also need your help to educate Ghanaians to avoid fronting, giving out shop to people that you clearly know they ought not be in the market.
For his part, board chairman of the Ghana Investment Promotion Center, Akwesi Opon Fosu, urged coordinated national action to support Ghana's investment drive.
Ghana has significant opportunities. We have sectors with strong potential, a strategic location, access to regional markets under AFTA, and a private sector that can contribute meaningfully to growth. But these opportunities must be matched with institutional seriousness, coordinated national action, and consistent delivery. The board remains committed to supporting management to build a stronger GIPC, one that is more strategic, more responsive, more data-driven, and more capable of supporting investors from inquiry through to establishment, expansion, and reinvestment.
That was the board chairman of the Ghana Investment Promotion Center, Akwesi Opon Fosu, ending that report by City Business News' Emmanuel Opon. To some other stories, Ghana recorded 96,000 passenger arrivals in March 2026, signaling sustained activity in the country's travel and aviation sector despite global economic pressures. The latest figure captured in the Bank of Ghana's Summary of Economic and Financial Charts for May 2026 reflects continued demand for travel into the country, with arrivals remaining close to the 100,000 threshold recorded in recent months. The following report has more.
The performance underscores Ghana's growing role as a regional destination for business travel, conferences, tourism, and investment-related activity within West Africa. The March arrivals data also points to steady recovery momentum in the aviation and hospitality sectors, with increased passenger traffic expected to support hotels, transport operators, restaurants, and other tourism-linked businesses. Sustained passenger inflows could further strengthen confidence in Ghana's services sector as airlines continue to expand connectivity into Accra and other parts of the sub-region. The latest numbers come at a time when several African countries are intensifying efforts to attract international travelers and position themselves as preferred hubs for commerce and tourism. Industry players are, however, expected to keep close watch on infrastructure capacity, airport efficiency, and travel facilitation measures as competition for passenger traffic across the region continues to rise.
Daniel Ojo-Mensah with that business desk report. On the interbank markets this morning, the dollar is trading at 11 cedis 61 pesos, the British pound at 15 cedis 68 pesos, and that of the euro could be sold to you at 13 cedis 51 pesos. And that's it for the breakfast edition of the City Business News. Thank you for listening. This bulletin was brought to you by MTN, EcoBank, and Goyle. I am Sheba Arbabenin.
Hello? Charlie, I'm at the library. Why do you keep calling me?
Wait, question. What's the capital of Burkina Faso?
Ouagadougou. Bye.
Wait. Which planet is the hottest in the solar system?
Venus. Charlie, why all these questions?
See, I'm playing the MTN Swipe and Win promo. I might cash out some cool 1,000 Ghana cedis today.
1,000 cedis? Shh. Charlie, what's the next question?
Join the MTN Swipe and Win promo today. Answer trivia, earn points, and stand a chance to win 1,000 Ghana cedis every day. Weekly cash of 1,000, 2,000, or 3,000 Ghana cedis. A brand new Hyundai Texan in the first 3 months, and the ultimate grand prize of 500,000 Ghana cedis. Recharge your account to qualify for the daily draws. To join, visit swipeandwinpromo.mtn.com.gh. Download the My MTN app or dial *5030#. This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. TNCs apply.
MTN.
Your attention, please. Flight C8 has been delayed.
Again. Madam, can you please point me to the water fountain? And please watch my back and phone whilst I'm gone.
You can be a traveler with infinite worries.
Hello, Mr. Anand. Your lounge access is ready and your seat is warm.
Or you can be a traveler with infinite privileges.
Champagne, sir?
Raging all the drink.
Choose EcoBank's infinite privileges with an EcoBank Visa Infinite card. Access airport lounges worldwide, fast-track services, best-in-class daily limits, and enjoy other exclusive travel and lifestyle benefits. Infinite privileges await. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Good energy powers the things that people do to empower themselves. It fuels families, communities, businesses. Good energy fuels nations. It gets things going and keeps them moving. Good energy isn't just what we do, it's who we are. Goyle, good energy.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Help me make I know they talk much. I wanna be concise. We want to accommodate. Come make I be your bike. Working from 9 to 5. You go like my hand design. I'm scanning the whole area. The gold I want to know. Oma.
7:14 after 7. Sheba Arbabenin brought us the breakfast edition of the CT Business News. That's brought to you by Goyle, EcoBank, and MTN. Goyle says if you're looking for quality fuel that gives your engine smooth performance, look no further. Goyle Super XP is premium quality that gives you the correct choice anytime you buy a regular fuel. It's fortified with special additive that gives longevity to your engine and makes your engine perform to the max. So, by all means, as you are on the road or when you get on the road, look out for Goyle because it's good energy. EcoBank has the EcoBank mobile app. It gives you the power to control your money. So you are in charge. You can transact across 33 African countries and anywhere in the world. So command your money, make water, electricity and school fee payments, bank and mobile money transfers, create virtual cards to buy only what you need and more. Money money commander. Download the EcoBank mobile app now on the App Store or Play Store and command your money. Command also means paying attention to details. EcoBank will never call or send an SMS asking for your PIN, your OTP, your bank card, or Ghana card details. When you're in doubt, please call the EcoBank call center on 0800 003225. EcoBank is the Pan-African Bank. Now, Obia Janedia, you know how we do it. When you cross over, you graduate, that big win, a new arrival, people dust you with powder. That's exactly what's happening right now thanks to MTN. People upgrading to 4G, and trust me, the power is flying everywhere. Grab the brand new HMD Arc for just 899 Ghana cedis. Enjoy free 2.5 gigabyte data every single month for 6 months. New phone, fast 4G, nice pictures, free data, more social media every month. Visit any MTN service center and dealer shops nationwide to grab your HMD Arc today. So, are you ready to power up your finances and unlock your path to financial freedom? The Lesheho Fixed Deposit Solution is tailored just for you. With Lesheho's Fixed Deposit Solution, you're making your money work for you. Join the investment revolution with our Fixed Deposit Solution and take charge of your financial future. Call us now, 0302-208-333. Invest wisely, invest with Lesheho. Lesheho, let's improve life. Kickoff is brought to you by Lesheho. Gabi Affairs here with details on Kickoff. Just before he comes in, Henley and Partners, global leader in residence and citizenship planning. They help investors and their families secure alternative residence or citizenship through leading programs worldwide. They advise on the best program for you and your family and assist with the entire application process every step of the way. So as you seek alternative residence and citizenship, talk to Henley and Partners. 0206042101, Ghana at henleyglobal.com. The Galleria at Kempinski Gold Coast City Hotel is where we are. Come by for free consultation. We are happy to have you. Ladies and gentlemen, Gabi Affair is in with Kickoff.
It's Wednesday, May 27. It's a holiday. Happy Eid to all Muslims. Welcome aboard to Kickoff right here on 97.3. Coming up in the next 10 minutes.
And once you breach a law, you must face the full rigors of the law. So I don't think that we're going to find a situation where anybody is saying that I did nothing wrong is right.
All right, so that's an anti-corruption crusader, Edem Senanu, on the auditor's reports for the 13th African Games. We'll get more from him. Plus, with the 2026 FIFA World Cup drawing closer, Ghana's Michael Essien is already looking ahead to a potential showdown between Ghana and England and backing the Black Stars to come out on top.
I hope Ghana beat them. No, I mean, on a serious note, I think they've assembled the best players they could to represent the country. So, yeah.
All right, more from Michael Essien as we make progress. We have some tennis updates for you as well. Kickoff is proudly brought to you by Politan Ghana and Lesheho. Let's improve life. All right, so many thanks for joining me. I'm Gabi Affair. Let's begin with reactions from the audit reports regarding the 13th African Games. And former Minister for Sports and Recreation, Mustafa Yusuf, he has denied allegations of financial wrongdoing following a forensic audit report on the African Games held in Accra, insisting he bears no responsibility for any of the irregularities cited. Now, his response comes after a 700-page forensic audit report released by the Ghana Audit Service, which highlighted widespread financial concerns in the organization of the Continental Sporting event. Here, excerpts of his statements read by Julio Ashifiamwa.
my attention has been drawn to the release of an audit report, which the report titled Comprehensive Audit Report on the 13th African Games. The said report, I understand, attributes various irregularities to me. I, however, deny being responsible for any such irregularities, if any at all. It is my understanding that the report of the audit will be presented to the Parliament, and persons who may have answers to findings will be invited to respond accordingly. Therefore, I look forward to the opportunity to respond to all the claims of impropriety in the said report.
All right, so that's except of that statement released by the former sports minister, Mustafa Yusuf, read by my colleague Julia Shifriamwa. Let's stay on that. And an anti-corruption crusader, Adam Senanu, says persons cited in the Auditor General's report cannot absolve themselves of wrongdoing. Adam Senanu said the audit report appears comprehensive enough to support further action.
The endorsement will probably be legal procurement, where you need to look at the contractual arrangements of the policy. What does the law say you can do under these circumstances? Does a contract cover these specific services? So you can't issue a check on an account which doesn't have a budget that covers the item and then come back later and say, what, you were trying to fast track things. You can't do that. You are breaching laws, and once you breach a law, you must face the full rigors of the law. So I don't think that we're going to find a situation where anybody is saying that I did nothing wrong is right. It's not likely that professional auditors looking at the law, the policies and the systems could repeatedly, as it were, indicate that persons involved have done the wrong thing and they would not be found culpable to some extent. I don't think that is likely to happen.
All right, so that's Eden Senanu speaking to Umari Sanda on Eyewitness News on 97.3. Well, let's head to Cardiff, and the Black Stars continue their training session ahead of the friendly game against Wales. Later on Tuesday, June 2, Wales will face Ghana for the first time ever in a senior men's international fixture at the Cardiff City Stadium. The match will also mark the first time an African nation has played in Wales, where Craig Bellamy's side will face a star-studded Ghanaian team featuring Jordan Ayew, Anton Semenyo, Iñaki Williams, and the rest of the players. But let's get some reactions from ex-Black Stars player Anthony Bafo.
We all wish the players good luck, and for me, the coach should have the adequate formation in regards to the players he has. I don't think we are the Ghana like some years back that we play dominant football. I believe that we have to be compact and use the players accordingly. How do we put, for instance, an Antoine Semenyo, who had a fantastic season in the Premier League, appropriately? How do we use Jordan Ayew? I'm just mentioning names appropriately. So for me, I think we should play very, very compact because the intensity is going to be very, very high. But once again, fully behind the coach, the technical team, and the players. We are Ghanaians. We always remain Ghanaians. Sometimes we are not happy, but as soon as the World Cup starts kicking off, we are 100% behind the team.
All right, so that's former Black Stars player Anthony Bafo there. Well, let's stay with the Black Stars and hear from Michael Ayson. He is looking into Ghana's second game against England at the Gillette Stadium on June 23.
I don't know, but I mean, this is I think it's going to be a great game. It's a great match that everyone is looking forward to see, and hopefully it will be a good one, and the best team should win.
What do you make of England, the squad, and what are England's chances at this World Cup?
I hope Ghana beat them. No, I mean, on a serious note, I think they've assembled the best players they could to represent the country. So yeah, it's going to be. I think it's going to be an exciting one. So yeah, we just have to sit back and enjoy the show.
All right, sit back and enjoy the show. That's former Black Stars midfielder Michael Ayson. I'm speaking ahead of Ghana's game against England. Well, Ethan Ampedu has been named in the World squad to face Ghana on June 2 in Cardiff. He is set to lead familiar names as Ghana steps up preparation for that 2026 FIFA World Cup. But here in Ghana, Accra Hearts of Oak have parted ways with head coach Masoud Didi Dramani following what the club described as a comprehensive technical review of the 2025-2026 GPL season. Now, the decision brings an end to Dramani's tenure less than 2 years after he was appointed back in June 2025 on a 2-year contract, succeeding former manager Abubakar Ouattara. Julio Amarteifio has accepted the statement released by Hearts.
Accra House of Oak affirms without ambiguity that Mr. Hamza Issa remains under a valid and legally binding employment contract with the club. As of today, no competent judicial, regulatory or arbitral body, including the Ghana Football Association's Player Status Committee or FIFA, has issued any ruling or confirmation that the said contract has been lawfully terminated. Contrary to circulating speculation, the club has not defaulted persistently or materially on its financial obligations in a manner that would constitute just cause for unilateral termination under FIFA regulations on status and transfer of players. Following correspondence from the players' representatives, the club met with the player on 2 separate occasions and acted in good faith to address and resolve all outstanding concerns. Accra House of Oak is further alarmed by the conduct of Siwili Football Club of South Africa, which engaged the player, issued an invitation and facilitated travel arrangements without notifying or seeking consent from Hearts of Oak, despite the existence of an active contract.
All right, so that's Julio Amarteifio with that statement from Accra Hearts of Oak. Well, let's take you or get some more World Cup related stories. And DR Congo have asked FIFA to refund the cost of the 2026 World Cup tickets bought by fans who are now unable to enter the United States because of Ebola-related travel restrictions. The Leopards are returning to football's biggest stage for the first time since 1974, but the public health emergency declared by the World Health Organization on May 16 is threatening to stop supporters from traveling to the USA. Well, Bournemouth midfielder Tyler Adams and Fulham left-back Anthony Robinson have been both named the US squad for the World Cup. Adams and Robinson are among 5 players at English clubs picked by the USA boss Mauricio Pochettino. All right. Now to this, because Manchester City are continuing talks with Enzo Maresca this week about succeeding Pep Guardiola. Contract reports all the points of a proposed 3-year contract are not yet fully agreed. Now, Mikel Arteta has been named the Premier League manager of the season. The Gunners managed to beat Pep, Andoni Raiola, Brentford's Keith Andrews, and Sunderland boss Regis Lebris, and United's Michael Carrick. But let's hear from Mikel Arteta.
For a few years, we've been knocking on the door. We've been trying. We fell short a few times, and actually winning it, it made it so special. So you've seen the reaction of all the Arsenal supporters around the world and what it meant to all of us. So I'm extremely proud of it.
And it's obviously not over yet. There could be another very special moment to come just around the corner and create history yet again for Arsenal in a final of a major competition, I'm sure, looking to do that double. But how does that feel, and winning the league help heading into such a huge monumental game?
Well, you could sense the energy, you can see the positivity and the confidence on the players and everybody around the club. We have an amazing opportunity to write new history in our football club, and we are convinced that we're going to do it, and we will try to Budapest on Thursday, fully convinced that in a few days' time we can be champions of Europe.
All right, so that's Arsenal boss Mikel Arteta. Now let's get to some update from tennis in the French Open women's singles. Round of 64, Sarah Bailey will take on Iga Swiatek. Later today at 11 a.m., Elena Svitolina is up against Caitlin Quevedo at 12:30. For the men's singles, there's Valentin Roya from France who will be taking on Novak Djokovic in the men's singles, and Thomas Mashak will take on Alexander Zverev. We'll be keeping you posted with some updates in our subsequent bulletins. But that's the very latest in the world of sports. For more, you can head to citysportsonline.com and on X at City Sports JHA. Kickoff is proudly brought to you by Polytangana and Lashero. Let's improve life. I'm Gabi Ofa. Enjoy the rest of your day. Do take care and bye-bye.
If you need unique services, innovative financial solutions, we deliver on our promise, cause we are number one.
Let's share go, we improve your life. Let's share go, hey, let's share go, hey, let's share go, hey, mama, hey mama, hey mama. Even when you're stuck with nothing, come to let's share go. No matter your situation, come to let's share go. Let's share go, we improve your life. Let's share go, hey, let's share go, hey, let's share go, hey, mama, hey mama, hey mama. Let's share go, we improve your life.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 for the hashtag CityCBS.
The Money Matters segment is brought to you by Petra. Petra, achieve more.
Welcome to the Money Matters segment with Petra. Trustees are there to manage your pension in your best interest, but you also have a role to play. Ask questions, request updates, and stay informed. It's your future, and you have every right to understand it. Our free pension health check helps you to evaluate the health of your pensions and ask the right questions. So book a free session by visiting our website at www.petraonline.com. Petra, achieve more.
The Money Matters segment was brought to you by Petra. Petra, achieve more.
The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
The 12th Ishmael Yamson and Associates Roundtable Conference is here. Under the theme Unlocking the Next Quarter Century, this conference will spotlight the ideas and strategies shaping Africa's future. BRT 2026 will feature a distinguished speaker lineup including the Minister of Finance, Honorable Kasiel Atuforsen, the Minister of Energy and Green Transition, Honorable Dr. John Jinapo, the CTO of Huawei Technologies Company, Augustine Chu, the Chairman of the National Development Planning Commission, Dr. Nimoy Thompson, and renowned Pan-African activist, Professor P.L.O. Lumumba. Join us on the 28th of May 2026 from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Movenpick Ambassador Hotel. Register now at brt.ieyamson.com. BRT 2026 is in partnership with Goldfields, Huawei, MTN, Tex Genesis, Nosme, Gassam, UMB, Lofton Keys Properties, Coronation Insurance, Unicam, Fiducia Data Solutions, Brasica, Coral Reef Innovation Africa, Guosevo, as well as Mojo Pay and People's Pension. Media partners, Citi FM and Channel 1 TV.
Charlie, the contract is here. Oh, my pocket. Flat like a football with no hair.
Don't stress. That is why DCI Microfinance is here for you.
DCI? What magic can they do?
No magic, just real solutions. With your contract and LPO financing, you can deliver on time. And when you're waiting on payment, their invoice and certificate discounting puts cash in your hands quickly. Their loans are fast, simple, and reliable.
So no more borrowing from my father-in-law? Now, that's a blessing.
Exactly. Call them now on 0577 66 9346. DCI Microfinance, miles beyond the extra.
The World Cup football fever is here, and Electroland Ghana Limited is bringing the excitement of the stadium right into your home with unbeatable soccer promotion. Experience every goal and celebration in clarity, just like you're live at the stadium with discounts on Samsung, TCL, and NASCO Smart TVs. Make every match day perfect for your football watch parties with powerful air conditioners and air coolers, top and bottom mount chest and display fridges, gas cooker, washing machines, microwaves, small kitchen appliances, and more. This is the biggest football promo of the year. Rush to our showrooms and authorized dealer shops or call 050-315-9739. Electroland, bringing the stadium home.
From the heart of Africa we stand, building dreams
across the land. Every step we did your side, helping you rise, taking you higher. Strong as a group, close as a partner. Bank of Africa lifting you higher. African Bank with global reach. BOA make your future glow. Strong as a group, close as a partner. Bank of Africa lifting you higher. African Bank with global reach. BOA make your future glow. BOA, we go there for you night and day. Strong as a group, close as a partner. Bank of Africa lifting you higher.
Enjoy homemade taste of shito always with Didi Shito. Made with carefully selected ingredients, no preservatives, no colorants.
Preservative just helps us spice. That's how we taste. Spicy we eat.
Didi Shito, if you DNA. This advert is FDA approved.
Madam, give me fufu elaisu, please. Do you have beef?
Yes, please.
Give me. Do you have salmon?
Yes.
Give me. Do you have tilapia?
We have.
When your money starts to work for you, there will be signs. Invest with EDC today.
How many?
Just keep going until I say stop.
Find out about EDC's investment products and start today. Financial independence is possible with EDC.
For further assistance, call 0326 34165.
Every day, I wake up and realize that my child's day depends on the choices I make. The clothes she wears, the water she drinks, and the food I select make all the difference. I do all this with love. Cerelac gives you more ways to show love to your child. The Cerelac wheat you have trusted for years now has a no refined sugar variant. Both made with equal care and love. Because when it comes to your children, every choice matters. Cerelac. More choice. Same trusted nourishment.
This advert is FDA approved.
Running a business today, Charlie, you know easy.
Missy, Kabiomo, and Dafom Kra. And that is why you need the right partner. Absa Business Banking dear. Omujina Mechipa. As an SME, when I'm making payments, Absa sorted me cash flow. Send me here fast and flexible loan in Krapoa. No wahala. My relationship manager is just a call away. Suppliers say free, customers say demanded delivery. Absa Business Banking is always there for me. With Absa Business Banking, Charlie, no two ways. So whether you are a large business or an SME, Absa has you covered.
At ABSA, we get it, and we understand every kind of business need. Visit an ABSA Bank branch today for your business banking solutions. Your story matters. ABSA.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation. This is the City Breakfast Show.
This is City
Nana Jun come on,
sanu ediani dede enkankani troka enkankani Josefi Auntie Meli Bayo Josefi Mommy Meli Bayo Josefi Mommy Meli Bayo Josefi Meonia minya Meonia minya Savino Meonia minya Rakia Mommy say Wana mi do Rakia Mommy say Wana mi wa Fela koma mutu Rakia Mommy say Wana mi do Rakia Mommy say Wana mi wa Fela koma mutu Meonia minya Meonia minya Savino Meonia minya KK, please stop. We don't stop. Okay. Mipo, Intentira, Bami, Mipo. Come on.
So it's 41 after 7. This is 97.3 Citi FM.
Rakia, Bangana me do better na swap on fear. Dola, Pawano Bama, no Namuzamia, oh dear.
Sky, you know, when it comes to one of the most pristine spaces, well-kept, well-planned spaces in Accra that everyone loves, that you want to cite as an example for a well-planned area, most of the time people will cite the University of Ghana.
Yeah, that used to be the default position.
It's
right.
Well planned. It's green. It wasn't prone to the floods we see in the city and all of that.
On a hill.
It's on a hill. You know,
you can see it many
beautiful place. This morning I was
when you do an aerial shot, you fly and drone over it.
Especially the registry, all the way down, the greenery, the architecture.
It's just beautiful.
Very lovely. So I was concerned this morning when I heard in the news that my own professor, former head of department for the geography and natural resources department, that the campus is beginning to flood.
Oh.
Yeah, I was shocked. He mentioned the department area. He mentioned CC, that's the central cafeteria around the Athletics Oval, Mensa Sabah. Campus is flooding, and when I heard that, I was shocked. And he attributed that to the clearing of the vegetation on the Ebri Hill.
Whoa.
Yes. Because remember, it's not been long, in the last 2 to 3 years, we've started seeing also Pantine flood.
Yes.
And we had mentioned that the people who lived in that area had mentioned in reports we had filed earlier that Pantine was never a place that flooded. But the clearing of the vegetation atop the hill is leading to more of same.
And you know, we also put a lot of garbage in Pantine as part of
the landfill.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I don't know.
We said we had decommissioned it, but I'm not sure the status of that place now. There are some wetlands even within the Pantine site, and there are streams or rivers that flow through that area. If you go there today, you will see the buffers. They've been encroached. People have invested a lot of brick and mortar, concrete, hoping that when the rains come, because they've raised the bed with a lot of concrete, it's not going to do them any harm. And they've built walls that are so high, and you have that going on. A lot of streams within the Ghana East area, because then you have the mountain like that. And usually when it rains, after so many weeks, the runoff is still moving because people have built on the waterways. On top of that, as you said, we have choked the drains with a lot of plastics that are not biodegradable and refuse. So you are filling the waterway with buildings and all that. You are not leaving the waterway clear for it to have its way, and then you're building, you're filling it with refuse, and you're not able to collect the refuse properly. It's raining and the waters are all over the place, and now you have people, crying. When you're demolishing, people are crying. When it's flooded, people are crying. So exactly what do we want done? And there's some need for some bold and tough decisions to be made that require some higher authority. My mind is not in a comfortable place this morning, reflecting on all the scenes I've seen this particular week.
Yeah,
and we have to expect a lot more rains.
I'm really concerned because the University of Ghana is a leading light in many respects. If you need inspiration as an architect or maybe a designer or a planner of some kind, and how things were done before we eventually took over full management of our own affairs, you get a lot of inspiration from that.
You will.
Roads that were built so many decades ago were really functional.
Yeah.
And their drainage systems hitherto solid. Yeah. The architecture in terms of the buildings that were put up there and how they were done. Yeah. The trees you see, all of these provided some form of inspiration. Exactly. So, and you have so many thousands of people who make that place their home, at least for some time, for 4 years, in some cases 1 year, depending on what you're doing, those who are doing PhD and who are resident on campus. And of course, you have workers there, there's the academic staff and the supporting people, the people who do the what do you call it, the ones who keep the campus clean. We have a term for them. There's a very, and there are primary school students who are also there. And people drive through that place a lot, right? And easily you can talk about up to 50,000 people, if conservatively, or more. Yeah. People who are using that space in one way or the other. The banks are also there 24/7, especially those that work from Monday to Fridays at least. And then, and there's a whole economy. You go to the night marketplace, massive. People are doing business, brisk business there. So it's a space that speaks to us in many ways. Like so if we destroy it to the extent that it is getting flooded, it's not like they are destroying it there and then, like maybe in many ways they have their own little contributions here and there. But what I draw from this is that imagine that whole place getting completely submerged because of what is happening
atop the hill.
Yes, top of the hill. Because as you rightly mentioned and attributed to the professor, the trees were serving a certain purpose. But our appetite for staying on top of the hills has gone up astronomically over the past 20 or so years, right? I remember those days in our early years as journalists when we were going to what's the name? The presidential villa on top of the mountain.
So that's Peduase
Lodge. Yeah. To cover presidential assignments and all of that. The buildings you saw on the hills were far and few in between. You went there without seeing much. The greenery was very much in good shape and form, and it was more like an isolated space.
Correct.
Right? But over the past 20 years, so much has changed. Now hotels have been put up, resorts have gone up there, private buildings, a lot of people with enough money to spare have bought property there. And commercial buildings are going up in many ways. And as these things happened, damage was being done to the ecosystem, the environment. Trees felled. We've seen cases of the gravel, the rocks falling. We have had to invest in, holding them up with wire mesh and all kinds of things. All because we have either actively or indirectly compromised the structural integrity of the hills there. I think something has gone terribly wrong with us, because I don't think that when Kwame Nkrumah or the people who put up the place, they were putting it up, I don't think they thought that there would come a time where we will situate a whole commercial space in that area where indiscriminate. I'm not saying that we shouldn't build on hails.
Yeah.
If the need is there.
Yeah.
But the indiscriminate nature of it and the way we tile the whole space. You know, you go to people's homes.
That's the other thing.
Right? You have built on a hill that hitherto was serving as some sort of break for people downstream, or if I should use the term downstream, or down there. You tile the whole space, no soil in there to at least soak some of the water, no grass in there to do any environmental work, and you slope it downwards, right?
Yeah.
And what happens? Once it rains, it will run off. And when it runs off, it must find its own space. And on top of that, the streams that come down south, we have compromised almost all of them. Meanwhile, there are institutions that are responsible for protecting these river bodies, these lakes, or these lagoons, if you like. Look at what's happening inside Lakeside, the place that we call Lakeside, right? The place that used to host a lot of these runoffs from the northern part of the national capital, or northeast, if you like. We have compromised it. People have built into all of these spaces. And so when you look at it, and the same thing is happening in the Makati area, right?
True.
Many of the spaces
what do you call it? Yeah, the Densu water body there.
Exactly. Recently it rained. Winneba was flooded. It's Winneba, at least, admitted is a bay.
Yeah.
But you see, a lot of encroachment into the waterways, the illegal mining activities that are causing so much, integrity issues for the riverbeds. All of these things are coming together, and they are damaging us. Look, it is true that in some cases, in the UAE, for instance, we saw how the people of that country reclaimed parts of the sea and used it to build. But the truth is that sometimes when it rains, they have their own issues. In this day and age, with so much knowledge about new technology and engineering solutions, you can do so many things with spaces, provided you have put in the right technology,
and
the investment and the measures that are needed to lessen potential impact on the environment. But you see, those are spaces that so much money has gone into, reclaiming the sea in order to do cities out of them. But we've also seen how sometimes when it rains, many parts of those cities get flooded. So look at us, our situation, where we are not investing enough into the drains, the waterways that we are destroying. And we are building just anyhow, just anything gets built. And we do it without any regard for the building code that we say we have, put together in this country. Meanwhile, we have all kinds of professionals in the space. We don't listen to them. We don't hire them. We get our own foreman, and things just get done anyhow. And the assemblies don't care. The planning institutions don't care, or so it seems. And we are in this mess together. People are getting killed. You spoke about someone who died electrocuted. Containers are all over the place.
Everywhere, kiosks.
They're like bazaar.
It looks unsightly. I have the voice of the Professor Martin Otinga Bebio earlier, so just for the avoidance of that, take a listen to Prof. What we were saying earlier, if you just listened, tune in at some point. Prof in his interview on Face to Face with Umar Sanda indicated that some parts of the University of Ghana have been seeing some floods in recent times. In fact, he drove to the station yesterday and he said that it was raining and parts of the campus were flooded. We're not saying all of it, but basically the point here is that everyone will feel it if we all sit aloof for a few people to do the wrong thing. Take a listen to Prof.
Hello and welcome to Face to Face on Channel 1 Television. I am Umaru Sandama. Face to Face is that show where we put the big stories into one person's head.
Sorry, we will bring you, we will tidy this up.
Umaru Sanda rudely interrupted.
We were expecting Prof to be having a
forgive us, I think we pressed the wrong button.
Up a little bit, yes. But what I am concerned with is that the indiscipline of a few people and the nonchalance of those who have the authority to deal with same and to keep the city properly planned and developed it's going to affect the dearest and best of the city, for want of a better word, and we cannot continue like that. I've spent a good number of months within the East Enclave just following up and doing reports, and when you go there, you talk, whether you are at Pure Water or you are towards the Ghana flag, interesting names too for some of the suburbs, right? People are building on roads, people are building on reserves, people are building on green belts, people have erected churches, places of commerce, places of residence. People are building estates on waterways, sometimes even on the river itself. You know, some time ago we had this issue where the former MC for Adentan, Ninoy Adumwa, was fighting some encroachers. He did that together with the former regional minister Henry Korte. The animal research area, there's some dam in that place that collects the water and serves as a wetland, you know, before everything goes away. People have built on that side too, and when you go there, it's like a palace. The person has erected some pillars and built the structure on the water, and there are all these multi-million-dollar properties built up in these spaces left unattended to. You couldn't have convinced me that once the foundation of these structures were being built, no one saw it. You can't convince me that when these multi-million-dollar structures were being roofed on the water bodies, no one saw it. Today, you're going to demolish, and people are raising conversations about compensation and all of that. How did we look on for all this to happen? And yesterday, Godfred eloquently cited some key stakeholders in this mess that we don't often talk about. Our chiefs.
Yes. They're a huge part of the problem.
Chiefs.
Those who have sort of, relegate their true responsibilities to the background and are in serious pursuit of cash without any regard for the environment, for the people they lead, right? And that's why I said yesterday that, yes, it's two lands when they are in the hands of chiefs and they have the proper authority to alienate or sell them, and they do. That doesn't mean that they do have the right to determine how the land is used. The land use agenda is within the bosom of the state, and there are institutions of state that have been established to deal with these matters. And so where a land is sold or properly alienated by whoever is a chief or a family head or an individual who has the right to sell the land, that transaction having been completed doesn't mean that the person selling or the person buying determines how the land should be used. It is the assemblies, it is these institutions that have the authority to determine how the agenda for land use is dealt with. They have to decide whether or not, licenses are issued or permits are issued for the land to be put to a particular use. But you see, the problem we have is that either people are failing to do their jobs or they don't have the resources in some cases to monitor these spaces. Because, look at how we have cut into, balkanized, if that's the word to use, many of the assemblies, reduce them to small meets here and there. They are not viable in the economic sense because really, you take some of these assemblies, they are still looking up to Accra to send them District Assemblies Common Fund, so that even office staff, they need that money to do it. But ideally, assemblies should be able to, on their own, generate enough money locally and also borrow on their own, strength. Put, these are the things that other councils do elsewhere. But what do we have? It is all about putting party apparatchiks in these offices with very little, with the greatest respect to many who know a few things here and there about how to deal with their own spaces. But some are just there because they say or IDB or MPPA, those things. But if you are in charge of a district assembly, it's a huge responsibility. You are policing a part of Ghana to be meaningful, you are in charge of ensuring that those spaces are properly planned.
You know what's frustrating?
But who are these people? Many of them are, party people with very little, in some cases, understanding of what they are supposed to do. Exactly. When in other countries, when you go, the people in these spaces are engineers. They are planners.
Professional, build space professionals.
People who understand what it means to build a system, to build a space, and to police it against all kinds of aggression. So, until we actually recalibrate the system and to put the right people in the right spaces, I'm not saying that only engineers know how to build, spaces like this. It is possible to put a non-engineer there, and he will do a fantastic job. Yeah. But the question is, does the person understand his KPIs? As to know that these are the key performance indicators that my president, the people of the space expect from me. So that if I don't discharge those responsibilities properly, I can be thrown out. Yeah. Yeah. People need to understand their mandate. With the greatest respect.
There's a lot going on. I've not even done birthdays and some announcements because of the urgency of the conversation we are having. We feel that this must be dealt with some speed and alacrity because we've had this conversation for a long time. What frustrates me is that we highlight a lot of things and you see change often. The last time we spoke about police officers and the inordinate amount of or number of police checkpoints on the streets. Where I apply, I've seen some reduction or some reaction to the conversation for now. Exactly. I don't know about the other areas where our listeners, but you see, you generally see some responses when we have these conversations, and I really am grateful for that. And that's why we are here. But for this particular build space, it looks like the money involved and the people involved. We've been on this issue for so long a time. The rains come, they beat us, and people's homes get flooded, lives are lost. We have this conversation, rehash it around the calendar, and it seems to be getting worse. And that's quite frustrating for us. And we want to spend some time on this. In addition to that, is the other menace of the refuse and the pollution. We've seen that we've been told that styrofoams are going to be banned from next year, but more calls are up that we should add the etremusum.
Are we banning in name or in practice?
Mm-hmm. In light of the trophy and its existence over the years, we will see how that goes. But we'll bring you to social media trends.
I tasted. I tasted some recently. I didn't eat it. I just tasted it.
It is mad. I
just tasted it. So I'm sorry. Forgive me, please.
Edwin Kwakobi is here. We're checking social media trends. Edwin, how are you doing?
Hello, Caleb. Hello, everyone.
Charlie,
good morning. Yes, it's a holiday, so the trends are a little sparse, but we have some things that people are talking about greatly in the trends. So we'll start off with the...
Is Salah trending?
Yes, Salah is trending.
So we have to mention that first.
Oh, yes.
Because you can't see me in my jalabi. I'm like, what Kabara doing now?
Oh, looking great.
Yes.
So just for the occasion.
Yes, because, today I have to meet a few clients.
Yes, and those clients must deliver.
Very, very important.
Yes. Okay, so we start off with the proposed 0.75% fee on direct wallet to bank transfers by the Mobile Money Fintech Limited, which the Bank of Ghana has directed them to halt or suspend.
Is it the same as the Momo people?
Yes, it's the Momo.
Oh, that's the MTN Momo.
Yes, MTN Momo.
Oh, I see. Mobile Money Fintech Limited. That's their full...
Mobile Money Fintech Limited.
So they want to collect the money
from... split from the MTN group in Ghana. So that's the name they are running under currently. So they were proposing a 0.75% fee to their wallet to bank transfers. It was supposed to take effect from the 1st of June, but obviously there's been public uproar and that has been suspended.
Sure.
Yes, so trending alongside that is the e-levy, because critics of this proposed fee were comparing it to the e-levy that the current government campaigned heavily against, that they repealed eventually, and they are saying removed eventually, and they are saying that the government is trying to sneak in another levy for people to pay in the digital space. So obviously that's started some uproar.
Yeah, I mean, someone who does a few things in the space, look, if the system operates in such a way as to encourage a lot more people to get in there and do transactions, what it does is that we are able to track many of these transactions, and we know who is receiving what, and we can appropriately tax, even outside of the e-levy related charges. You understand? So we know that you are being paid X amount for your work at Citi FM, so we can tax you properly. We know that plumber A is receiving this amount of money from Kofi Mensah for a service that he's rendered, right? So we can tax that. So if you look at it, I think that, in my respectful view, ought to be the approach, so that as much as possible if we get about 80% of the population of this country, those who can spend some money or can receive some money in that space, what it means that we can properly deepen the tax net in a way that is meaningful. But where we use all of these, charges here and there, people are price sensitive in these spaces. And the moment they hear that, oh, I'm sending 10 Ghana cedis to my mother, and how much 0.5% of that is getting wiped off, they say, okay, no, let me give it to Kwame, so that Kwame is going to the village. Then he sends it. Kwame is on his way to the village. Armed men, attack the vehicle and rob him of all of that. There is so much damage we can do to the system, the economy as we know it now in this day and age, if we don't think properly through some of these things. Sometimes these things are about volume. Sometimes if you do 0.000001, it is negligible to the minds of people. So you allow it to pass. But look at the amount of transactions that are done daily. So much money can be collected if you reduce it to very
seemingly insignificant numbers.
But no, 0.75, that's a lot of money.
Significant, yes.
If you look at the number of transactions that happen in this country, no, we wouldn't agree to that.
Okay, yes.
I think questions must be answered.
So the BOG has asked them to suspend it. But the arguments that people were making about how it seems the government is sneaking in another e-levy sort of into our financial space was taken up by the minority leader, Sahen Alexander Apenyo Marking in Parliament. And this was before the beginning of proceedings.
Okay.
Yes, he made a comment on it. And it sparked an exchange of words between him and the majority leader, Mahama Ayariga, who was very upset that the minority leader had not followed parliamentary procedure and just started talking about an issue when they had not done other things that were supposed to come before that, prior to the commencement of business in the house. So it sparked a war of words, which the videos are trending online because a lot of harsh words were used in there. So that video is also trending online on social media.
If I may say something quickly, I think the two parties were in pari delicto, as the lawyers will say. They were equally at fault. Yes, it is the case that if you have a matter of that significance to raise, you use the appropriate channel and platform, because parliamentary practice is about rules and procedure. Of course, every now and then people get to break the rules and they are ruled out of order. You understand? So a matter of this weight, I think the minority leader ought to have taken the appropriate steps to ensure that the right channel was used in raising it, because it's a very significant matter. It's something that matters to the Ghanaian people, and then also something that goes to the heart of the NDC's promise to the Ghanaian people during the election. So the proper channels should have been used. The path taken, although sometimes they do it and get away with it, it was completely unacceptable. But the response from the majority leader, look, I mean, again, clearly wrong. If the man used the wrong channels, you could have urged the speaker to rule him out of order. But the way the majority leader went, I don't think that for the leader of the house, we should be seeing things like this. You could have courteously asked the speaker to take note of the fact that, well, the rules don't provide for this kind of, smuggling into the house. So please, rule him out of order. So we make progress. But, I think the grandstanding on the part of both sides is not helpful.
It appears when Parliament resumes from
recess,
a lot of pressure in the system, tensions and all.
Yeah, exactly. You tell your colleague that you just get up and talk anyhow.
Oh, Charlie.
These are the two of them are my good friends. But this conduct is unbecoming of people who are supposed to be in leadership, and they should know better.
Beautiful. Any other trend?
Yes, the 2023 African Games hosted in Ghana. There's a lot that's come out from the Auditor General, who is recommending that former Minister for Youth and Sports, Mustafa Yusuf, be held responsible for the recovery of 579 million cedis linked to the hosting of the games in Ghana. So also named in the recommendation are the former Chief Director William Kate and former LOC Chairman Dr. Kweku Ofosu Asare in the case. So a lot of alleged mismanagement, a lot of financial misappropriation reported in the Auditor General's report, and the three have been recommended to refund or recover a number of amounts. For Mustafa Yusuf, it's over 579 million. There's also 44 million as well, and then 629 euros for those three.
Whatever it is, I think we need to get to the bottom of the matter.
Absolutely.
Whoever took our money without proper authority should be made to refund the same. And if there are further consequences that should follow, the law courts to do their job, because that's a lot of money.
Too much money.
And we are already told that the place is getting to a terrible shape. Exactly. So, these are not small. We say, $145 million we spent on that facility.
Yes, 145.
So, yes. So, I think, if the Auditor General or whoever did the audit found something that we have to pursue,
let's get to the bottom of
the matter.
Exactly.
But also the timing is very curious, because we were just last week or 2 weeks ago.
The senior athletics
complaining about how shambolic the organization has been and raising all kinds of issues about things that were not arranged for. And then all of a sudden, an audit report that...
And the audit report for this one will also come when another government is in.
An audit report that people were giving under the armpits. It seems very convenient that...
It's a good time to add all the stories together. Since we are talking about this, let's reflect on the previous.
Okay, I did need to mention that Mustafa Yusuf has released a statement denying any involvement in all of this. So that has been said.
We'll see how that goes,
yes.
right?
Now, to tech news, let me bring back the NITA story, because it's still very much on the agenda. The NITA bill that is being fought against by the tech companies or startups
and players
involved in the tech space in Ghana. But the minister for the sector, the communications minister, Sam George, he had a stakeholder engagement with the tech players in Ghana yesterday, talking to them about the bill and what it's expected to do in Ghana's tech space, sanitize the space and ensure that people aren't taken advantage of.
Exactly.
And he also spoke on Eyewitness News and addressed some of the concerns. He says that the bill, despite people's concerns and claims on social media, the bill isn't being operationalized. It's not being implemented because it hasn't been passed by Parliament. It's not even got to cabinet.
So there are more conversations.
There are more conversations to have, and that people are misinterpreting some of the things that has been put out on social media platforms. So he advises people to go and read the actual draft bill and ensure that they do not come out with the wrong information. So there's a lot of
bill yet?
No, I've not. So I would respectfully request the Honourable Minister for the sector to do the needful. Please, I'm appealing to make it available to me. And then also the other issues that have been raised, especially people have been critical of the Ghanaian AI policy that was recently launched by the president. Some people have taken issue with it and all of that. We need to look at all of these things in the round. But again, the caution to people is let's have a healthy debate. I've seen very acerbic comments directed at the minister, completely unacceptable. the minister is not responsible for drafting bills like this. When an institution needs a bill drafted, they have their own consultations, and then they put, the appropriate drafting department at the Attorney General's department or within their own institution. True. To put together a policy, which they talk about, deal with it back and forth. Other people consulted and blah, blah, blah. And then they agree on it. Eventually it goes to cabinet. If cabinet says that they are happy with it.
That's when it gets
exactly. They get by if they say make changes to this and that. And then they do all of that. And then they consolidate everything before it eventually goes to parliament after the necessary constitutional,
So people should just engage healthy.
It has not become law yet. Yeah. And so the way they are attacking the government, insulting the minister on social media, it's completely unacceptable. That is not how we build a democracy. You can make your point without,
being abusive.
The ministers, poster or whatever, you may not like it, but we are debating national policy issues. And insults, you have no space whatsoever there.
Absolutely.
Yes, people are not happy, but you need to be measured in how you respond to it.
Very true. Thank you. That was the tech and social media trends with Edwin Kofi.
There are many reasons to connect, and it's all to put smiles on the faces of those you love.
Daddy, thanks for the tea cash, okay? I love you.
That's my daughter Angela. Caring for my parents, that's my duty. I also get to pay my utility bills easily with Telecel Cash. And to the suppliers at my shop,
hello sir, Telecel Cash payment received right on time. Thank you.
I get to make them smile because I can pay to my suppliers' merchant numbers, even on other networks directly. My dear ones, we keep the connection stronger when our family, friends, and business relations are happy. Live on cash, enjoy convenience, and make those who matter smile when you send them money with Telecel Cash.
Telecel, connecting energies.
The world is changing fast, and the leaders who thrive will shape what comes next. What matters now is the ability to think clearly, act with purpose, and lead in complexity. For more than 20 years, Ashesi University has shaped leaders who do exactly that, combining character with rigorous real-world problem-solving. Our MBA and Master's programs in Intelligent Computing Systems and Mechatronic Engineering are designed for professionals who want their work to matter and their leadership to last. Remember, graduate and undergraduate admissions are ongoing. Visit ashesi.edu.gh to learn more.
Jumia is 14 years.
14 years with you. You're every day delivered.
I call Jumia. Now, Bosu, forget the Kankpe lifestyle. Start shopping on Jumia. Enjoy great discounts up to 70% off this Jumia anniversary celebration from 1st to 21st June. Don't miss out on Explosion Days, Treasure Hunt, and daily flash sales. Download the Jumia app now. Jumia, we've been doing it for 14 years. Just Jumia it.
Pepper powder, Sankofa pepper powder.
FDA aji ejade nkrato yatum.
Charlie, dream I'm nice. I get some serious meeting. Allah, motion. But Charlie, no credit today. Oh, but you relax. Momo day.
Hey, what funny.
Yes, so I borrow small, sort myself out, I pay back. We move. Spoil day. Ah, Charlie, you sure say you pay back? Yes, so that anytime somebody else they need them, Momo day. Be like I for can't borrow some more. Hey, you this boy. Don't go there and disgrace yourself. Allah, motion.
Responsible borrowing be the real flexo for today's needs and tomorrow's dreams. Borrow, sort them, pay back. Momo day.
when truth is stranger than fiction and myths spring to life. And the shadowy mysteries of a long-forgotten era become your present reality. Your imagination will usher you into a realm of head-spinning reality beyond what the mind should know. Amane Adisa of Monsters and Gods. Download from the Akraba app now on iOS or Android.
Tell everyone dinner is ready.
Kids, let's go to the dining table.
Food is ready. Let's go.
Hey, you're fine.
No. Say, you're fine. No, my own is better. You're fine.
But wait, we all know that Mommy always does it best.
You're fine.
Keep enjoying First Choice Premium Spaghetti. Delicious, non-sticky, contains vitamin A, zinc, iron, and always comes through. You're fine.
This advert is FDA approved.
Hey, electrical said you mean? Nancy, no more you want.
Every Saman focus was fake, not be good.
Yeah, it's Samuel motor cables. I wonder why. No more scan. Check the cables, or your Nexus cable metal. One low smoke anti-counterfeit cables, Nibia. So, Nibia, Muntota.
A dear Nema will use cables and money them shrunk.
Low smoke anti-counterfeit cables. You mix it there. Set the fake cables on your papa wire, then they say, gentleman. Open whistle pea, you toxic. No, me Genesis so who. One pongo table to make. Let's say use low smoke anti-counterfeit cable. I'm majoring show. We soak a creeping over. Into a triangle between a denuma. And when you low smoke anti-counterfeit cables, yeah. Etra. And wonder why. What you must scan. Now check it there. So your original. Offering Nexus cable metal. Nexus cable metal low smoke anti-counterfeit cable. Yes, Sasha. The yaja to be there. Only you got a cable.
Nexus cable metal. Electricity no get leg. The Nexus cable metal cable they carry up.
Okay, I'll see you soon. Why, baby? Hey, my Mr. Enra, my boyfriend, I could see about star 959 hash. I want your phone so. Now we're winning.
Anita, I don't want doggy park.
Oh, one swap. I could see us answer about number one. I am wondering now. And then there was so yummy show, Papa B. Now, me the toss a short, sexy dress, no. Now, Mrs. Samiti. Now, me yummy nails, no. So come on. Oh, no. Me fa uba. Make a do some small 1-2 rounds. Me answer me doing her. No, we tria. Hey, Nana, so he for order. So, Chinese, any wine, Papa B. And they mean this, I check, no.
Hey, Anita.
Nasani mia when you hear TV, bino. I also say sound. No top prepaid. Na me chilly esimu. I no go fit sweat like that. See fine girl.
Hey, Anita.
Jesus.
Baby, I will do no jinawa. Mr. Remember, dial star 959 hash. Oh, iPhone up, I tomorrow. No one can say no, Sika Swati.
Sister, next time, Kati call no what? Dial star 959 hash. And I'll call 590mobile.com.gh. Not to be 590 mobile. Down some.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is Citi 97.3.
It's 24 after 8. Everyone is a winner in the Ongalicious Abingwaha promo. Over 4 million Ghana cedis worth of cash and prizes to be won. Look out for the special Onga promo packs. We have 20 get 20 Onga powder promo sachets, 20 Onga shrimp tablet promo wrappers. Submit them to any of our redemption centers near you. You receive a scratch card. Review a unique code when you scratch it. Send to *713*27#. and win instantly. Cash prizes up to 2 million Ghana cedis. You have deep freezers, smart TVs, kitchen appliances, and more. Promo runs till the 15th of July. Hurry, don't miss this out. And if you're dreaming of studying abroad or taking the IELTS test, IDP Education gives you counseling and application support services which are completely free. You find out at Osu Akwaje in Edumunsuasi Kumasi. Call 020-256-6614 or 054-2331-052. Book your IELTS test today. Speak to our counselors and take the first step toward your future abroad. I have Richard Alaska and Francisca Kakra Forsen with me. Some of your messages have come through. We'll get to them and more conversations shortly. You know that moment when the alarm rings and life is already asking questions? Campus, office, hustle, dreams all waiting to be chased. Those are the moments when you need something that helps you show up and keep going. That's why Cowbell Coffee stays with me every single moment. Cowbell Coffee with you every moment. Merchants, business owners, do you want smooth payments with no stress? Then Zenith Merchant Pay is the smarter way to get paid. Zenith Merchant Pay, with that, your customers enjoy the convenience of multiple payment options, mobile money wallets, a GHQR code, or the Zenith Bank account. No delays, no stress, just smooth payments. So sign up today at any Zenith Bank branch today. Start receiving fast, secure, instant payments anywhere in Ghana. Yesterday was my daughter's birthday. Would you do a quick... Okay, so Ghanaian Afi Koshiga of the Psychology Department, UG. You celebrated your birthday yesterday. Tons of love from the entire family. Congratulations, Afi, on your birthday. Enjoy the day to the glory of God. This is from Dr. Tim Koshiga. Please help me wish our lovely Mrs. Cynthia Edu a happy birthday. Cynthia is the Deputy Registrar at the Office of the Pro Vice Chancellor, Research, Innovation and Development, University of Ghana. From your husband, Ken Edu, and your children, Kwame Menu and Ama Adobia. Mrs. Cynthia Adu. Oh, I know Mrs. Cynthia Adu. Happy birthday to you. Many blessings, Mrs. Cynthia. Sky, you have a few more dedications?
Not exactly.
Okay.
Just Papa Fredo is celebrating his birthday,
yes,
we have celebrated him. The Honorable Alex Marking, who is the minority leader,
nice one.
Also celebrating his birthday today. So yes, we are joining his constituents and
amazing.
The entirety of those who admire him to celebrate him, just like you're celebrating Papa Fredo as well.
Exactly. A few more. Today is my birthday. I would like you to do a dedication for me. What's your name? Nanaya Apia, Senior Protocol Officer at the Ministry of Education.
Allah.
Yeah, so happy birthday to the people.
Senior Protocol Officer.
What does it mean?
So the people, every time they say protocol, is it the person who does the protocol? So that I should know him.
I don't know if it is that one or it is a procedural matter.
Because no, you forgive me his number because they say protocol. This one we a protocol.
He's even senior protocol officer. Okay, you have to explain to us.
Charlie, no, bro. I forget your number because Charlie, the protocol for Charlie.
It's serious matter.
That is saying for know somebody because this is why a protocol.
And somebody must know you.
But I'm sure he's in charge of. You know. The international travels and all of these things that get done. You know, when the minister wants to travel, the logistical arrangements, you know, the protocol people generalize.
They do a lot of good work.
Exactly. So like the state protocol department, when foreign presidents, leaders are coming in, guests of the state, they handle all of those logistical issues. I'm sure that is what he will be dealing with, not the other protocol.
Not the other one. So now you are here.
Yeah, but I have his number.
We celebrate. I'll send to you.
Yeah, because
it's also the birthday of Patrick Intiamwa. You're not just my younger brother, but one of my greatest blessings. Watching you grow into such a kind, smart, and wonderful person has been my joy. May this year bring you every happiness, success, and dream you have been working toward. I'm always proud of you and always here for you. Love you always, from your sister, Emilia.
Yes, and then also, I think when we're doing a newspaper review, I think I had inadvertently said that Edem Senanu was with the governing party. I think that's incorrect.
Oh, is that the case?
He is actually an anti-corruption.
Anti-corruption,
exactly.
Yes,
so please forgive me for that slip. It was not intended. My apologies. Yeah.
Very well noted. Yeah. And Kaka, this.
And then the word I was looking for, I think,
it has been supplied to
janitors.
Janitors. Right.
Yes. So thank you, Prince Tega.
Fantastic.
The son of our former chief driver. Commi Tega.
Oh, Mr. T.
Yeah, Mr. T.
If you are going for a service, I drop you.
Yeah, no, Tega.
Wait for you. Nice one. So, Kaka, it's good to see you. You've been observing and taking it easy, but this morning, look. If Legon is also flooding, it means that we have a serious issue at hand. And I'm not saying real action that has some long-term sustainable, approach or objective to it. And it's quite worrying that people are just building anyhow, anywhere. We sat here, people build oil refineries in a waterway. EPA released a report and stated that, look, this refinery you guys want to build is in a waterway. But what happened? Money had its way. Another time, a cement factory put up a whole something in a wetland. It has gone on. And individuals, institutions, private people, sometimes even institutions that should know better. Everyone.
So, my precursor, authorities have to act. Enough of describing the problem to us, telling us what we are doing wrong. They need to act, enforce the laws. Okay? It's only in Ghana that when we have to enforce laws, then we raise issues of livelihood. And in that case, then it means we're never going to enforce any laws. I think that Ghanaians, this morning, I'm not very happy with Ghanaians, including myself. I think that we need to seriously think about the country we are in. Yeah. We need to do some serious thinking about the kind of lives we're living. Okay? Every year, there's a rainy season.
True.
But when the rains start, we get into all these moods, and of course, the rains expose our dirty secrets as Ghanaians. And then we get into all this, and I say this with the greatest of respect, hypocritical, how do you say it? We get into this, we start singing these hypocritical melodies about, oh, God should help us. Oh, the government should save us. Oh, we were there and the rains just came and everything is flooded. Yeah. We have to stop deferring the thinking about our problems to God or to government. As in the government has to do this, but in any case, we don't even exert our power. We cry and wail and beg the government to do its job. We need to, it's almost as if we need to be spanked to wake up to the reality that we exist in. The Ghana Meteor came up a few weeks ago and told us about the rainy season and how this year will be unusual. Yeah. And they did explain the meteor side of the unusualness, but there's another aspect, which is the fact of not desilting, the fact of
choked
drains being choked, etc. That is also going to lead to the flooding. And so at this point, we don't have to act as if flooding is some kind of natural disaster. It's no longer a natural disaster. We are causing it
self-induced
by closing our mind, tuning off to what happens when we fail to desilt our gutters. What happens when we sweep and dump rubbish into our gutters with a certain erroneous understanding that the rain will wash it away. To where?
To the sea.
You know, I don't know if in the environmental studies that we are teaching, the school curricula, we are teaching students, we are having these conversations about the environment, about what happens to the plastic bottle water that you buy. You must be concerned about where it is going after you're done drinking the water in it. But if we fail, and you see, the painful part is that it is not even the young Ghanaians doing these kind of things. The last time we talked about a video of 2 women dumping, I saw the video myself.
It's embarrassing.
Dumping rubbish into a gutter because it was raining.
It's embarrassing.
And one even had the nerve to to rinse the sack which carried the rubbish. And you if you watched their posture, they certainly knew what they were doing was wrong. Because it was as though they were looking left and right, knowing that because it was raining heavily, everybody would be indoors, nobody would be watching what they were doing. Unfortunately, somebody recorded them. And I would have loved if whatever assembly that happened, the assembly would take action and go after these women. Them. You know, I was driving on the American House Road in East Legon, and I saw a hawker sweeping her rubbish into, you know, the way they've done
it's covered with a small
drainage
opening.
So it's covered and the small opening on the side.
Yeah.
And she's sweeping off the pavement onto the road and pushing it back into the hole. You see, when we do this and it rains and we turn around and start wailing and crying, it's hypocritical. It's pretentious. Okay? And beg God and beg government. There's everything wrong with it. You see, we act and then we pretend we've forgotten what we did and expecting some kind of miracle. The miracle is in conducting yourself properly. We're doing everything haphazardly. The culture in Ghana right now is do anything anyhow. Sky talked about it. If we are building, instead of getting professionals, instead of taking their advice, paying something little for the advice. You know, sometimes we think that we are cheating the system. We are finding a cheaper or we are evading certain costs. But there's no shortcut. Because when we build at the wrong place and it floods, that's a cost that will come back to you. You're going to lose your home, you're going to lose your car, you may even lose your life. So instead of this, I don't even know if I should call it new culture, this culture of Ghanaians finding shortcuts, trying to avoid, going through the process, doing things the right way. We're always looking for...
that we are playing ostrich.
We're playing ostrich. And then when tragedy happens, we cry.
We are surprised. We're like, look,
we are acting surprised. As if in January we didn't know that there was going to be rainy season. What preparation did we make?
Right.
You know, if you know that where you are living, it's a flood-prone area, you would have known because the previous year there were rains. You would take certain measures. If you have to relocate, if you have to go to your hometown and spend some time there, we need to. We are behaving as if life is not precious, okay? And everything is bogged down to money and survival. No, we have to live with dignity and appreciate that life is a gift and it's precious. And we need to quench the hypocrisy.
There's just a quick example that I want to give. You know, when I said I was tired of landlords, and let me go for a mortgage and try and get something small. So. A friend advised me that, Charlie, there was this place near the My John place.
Okay.
The guy was putting up houses for sale and all of that. So we could have discussions, and so I went there. When I went there, I looked at the space. Of course, he was developing the space. The houses were looking shiny. But you see, my critical eye, when you look at the walls, right? The walls, if you apply your mind to it, you will be able to
tells you a lot.
Exactly.
But what's in the soil?
What's in the soil? Whether they have done proper reinforcement, whether they are building in waterways and all of that. I said no. I looked at it. The guy said everything, nice things. The terms were fairly favorable and all of that. But I walked away from that property because I could tell that, first of all, it was built in a waterlogged area that they had recovered, and they had not done proper drainage. They had not properly stabilized the soil, and that it was always coming back to create a problem. I wasn't surprised. Many years later,
when the place started flooding
and the place still has all kinds of problems today. What I'm saying is that for those of us who are going out to rent, it is also important that you visit the space, you look at buildings in the area generally, go to look at their foundation.
So people must be vigilant.
You have to be very, very vigilant. Otherwise,
I'll let you develop that point in more elaborate terms, because it's also important that people take personal responsibility. But let me take care of this before I get into Mr. Odum's trouble. You've probably noticed the lights going off when you least expected, plans interrupted, businesses forced to pause, and homes left in the dark at inconvenient times. So Translight Solar is here to help you. With Translight Solar, you enjoy consistent, reliable power every single day. No interruptions, no surprises. Our smart solar solutions are designed to keep your lights on, your appliances running, and your operations moving while helping you cut down electricity. We are offering exclusive installation discounts starting at 34,000 Ghana cedis only, with flexible payment options. Please call 0256 040 838. TranslightSolar.com is where to visit. Translight Solar, reliable power, total peace of mind. GCB Bank, we are making business simpler, faster, and smarter with digital solutions designed for every business. Run payroll, make vendor payments, and approve transactions on the go with GCB Bank Online Banking. Pay bills, school fees, and buy forms instantly with GCB Pay. For importers and corporates, GCB ePay makes customs duty and institutional payments fast and secure. Businesses can also accept payments seamlessly through GCB POS and GHKR with instant confirmation. With GCB Bank's debit, prepaid, and ready cash cards, managing business spend is easier than ever. 0308047998. Call this number now. Let's do business. GCB Bank, your bank for life. Let's talk about the Lexus University College. They're inviting students, workers, and the general public. If you want world-class education, market-driven professional qualification, or you want to top up what you have, talk to us. We run BScs, nursing, midwifery, human resource, accounting and IT, cybersecurity and digital forensics. We have a serene teaching and learning environment. We are located at Tema Community 25 Peaceby Junction, delexusuniversity.edu.gh. Call 0551 198 100. Admission is in progress. Now, if you are into agribusiness, retail, mining, hospitality, manufacturing, trade, and logistics, then you need a partner that understands your business, and that partner is Absa Business Banking, because we get it. We get tailored solutions such as working capital, asset and trade, finance, merchant solutions, and digital banking support, all designed specially for your business success. So whatever stage your business is at, talk to an Absa Bank relationship manager today. At Absa Business Banking, we get it. Your story matters, Absa. Go Ghana. If you're tired of Accra and the hustle and traffic, take a quick escape to the cool, peaceful mountains of Avle at Biposo Wellness Resort. Whether it's for business, a weekend break, pure relaxation, Biposo gives you comfort and fresh mountain air. The perfect place to rest and reset, and it's only a 30 minutes drive from Accra. Visit once and you will never want to leave. Asumdwe Kese 0200 55 7699. Biposo Wellness Resort. Peace lives here. And everyone is a winner in the Ongalicious Abingwaha promo. 4 million Ghana cedis worth of cash and prizes up to be won. Look out for the special Onga promo packs. Submit 20 of the powder promo and 20 of the shrimp tablet promo wrappers to any of our redemption centers near you. Scratch it to reveal a unique code. Send that code to *713*27#. You will win instantly. Cash prize is 200,000 Ghana cedis. Deep freezers, smart TVs, kitchen appliances, and more. This promo ends on the 15th of July, so look sharp. Life has a funny way of showing up uninvited. 1 minute everything is fine, no drama. The next minute reality hits differently, with hospital bills, emergencies and expenses showing up. That's why Ayo annual cover got you covered with just a yearly premium of 159 Ghana cedis, 264 Ghana cedis or 396 Ghana cedis. Yourself and each family member, you get up to 16,125 Ghana cedis to support your funeral expenses, and more than 322 Ghana cedis daily hospital cash per night. And you can add up to 6 family members from 1 to 69 years. So sign up quickly, log into your Momo app, go to financial services, select insure, tap on Ayo and follow the prompt. Alternatively, dial *928*101#, select annual cover and sign in records. WhatsApp 0596 918 235. Follow us on socials, Ayo Ghana. Ayo, because you care. And here you have someone sent us an excerpt of a daily graphic publication. This is Monday, April 18, 1960. Daily Graphic, Ghana's biggest sale. And it has photos of women with buckets, you know, fetching water from their compound and throwing away. And another photo of the street with Peugeot, the very old ones on the road, and people walking through rains, flood waters, flooded complete streets, and it says, when the rains came to Accra. That's the publication here, as far back as 1960.
Yeah, the situation has worsened.
It's terrible now.
It's worsened because
terrible now.
We have failed to do the things we need to do. I mean, if we are looking for people to punish, right? There are so many people who we can line up over the Odo drain, for instance. Look, we create a problem and then we use it as a model to funnel money out of the public purse. If you investigate the amount of money we have sunk into this Odo, we have some reclamation projects. We have some very funny names. Recently, Bernard was mentioning what they say, the something project. The Garrett project.
Greater Accra Resilience.
Okay, that one too has jumped so much money, but so the question is, upon all the money that we have invested in reclaiming the Odo, for instance, I mean, when you hear the older people speak with such nostalgia, what they used to do with that water body, right?
Catching goldfish,
fresh water that people could go do fishing, harvest whatever they wanted to harvest, buy fish, and you look at its state today, and you ask yourself, go from Avle, in fact, go further up and trace the tributaries, if we can even call them that, down to where it enters the sea. No, like that thing even. I don't even see how it's possible for any fish to survive in that.
Oh, how fish in that? No way.
Because
not at all.
Industrial waste is
so
in
polluted.
there. Charlie, all kinds of things are in there.
Domestic waste is discharged into it.
This is a water body that we can use for something really true and proper. And you see that in other countries. Look, France before the Olympics took a whole decision to restore one of the, I forgot the name of the lake.
I remember how
they sank resources into it, made a policy that, look, this thing has to be back to its previous glory, and they have reclaimed it. And he played a key part in the Olympics. Sometimes it is as if we are not ready to occupy this space called Ghana. Because, look, I was just returning from somewhere recently, and my flight came in at a point where, for the first time in a long time, I was able to see the
river
beauty.
Seine. Is it Seine?
Yeah, that's
Seine. Seine. River Seine, yes.
I was able to see, for the first time in a long time, the beauty of Ghana from the air.
Are you close to Accra?
No, close to Accra before I got into the Algeria and all those places. You know, the Vulture Lake, the islands that have formed, the beauty. This is something that we can sell in a big way internationally if we are actually keeping our spaces clean. Right? All of that beauty gets to Accra and we have messed it up. And you go further up, we have used Galamsey to create so much problem for the environment. And we don't, it is all about money, money. The politician is looking for money, the radio presenter is looking for money, the policeman is looking for money, the soldier is looking for money, the DC is looking for money, the church elder is looking for money, the pastor is looking for money, the malam is, everybody for this town. Yes, money is good when you have it through the proper means, right?
Yeah.
Because it answers all kinds of things. But you see, there are times where we must draw the line and say that, look, go look for your money. But as for this wachi, you can't sell it here by this water body and dump what you are using, the rubber bags and all of those things, in the riverbed. As for this Galamsey, you won't do it because it endangers our existence today and the future of generations unborn.
True.
But what do we see? No action.
Everything goes.
Everything goes. Why? Why?
And that's why
the only thing that you can't do in Ghana in many ways is you can't walk into
back to life.
Not even that. You can't walk into a ladies' washroom or vice versa, right? A man's washroom. As a man, you can't, or maybe some people do it. That's the only thing that appears to work properly. But everything else appears to. And look, the presidential palace. I was talking about the cattle yesterday. I mean, when you walk from there, 1 minute, if you drive 5 minutes.
Nothing shows you that this is the heart of the seat of
bro. You visit other spaces. That is where we receive the best of our men. You can't.
How dare
we say this is our principal street. From the airport.
Straight.
People are throwing rubbish on the streets. No, they are selling on the streets.
When you get to they are doing like this. Come and change money on the street. Motorbike people. Yeah.
They are holding dogs and puppies, and they are selling them on the streets.
Yeah. Look, have you seen that crowd more recently?
I'm sensitive to the plight of the poor because I know what it is like to struggle in life. But you see, there are things that should be sacred, spaces that should be sacred, and we guard that with everything we've got. Let's it's difficult because we've been talking about this for 20 years.
For a very long time. It's not getting better. That's my problem. It's not getting better. People don't seem to be listening. I like the point you made about going to check out the property and paying attention to it and seeing that it was a flood prone area. And I think perhaps that's where my hope for the consistency of this conversation is, that as people are listening, it gets to their consciousness that, look, the reality is it is irresponsible on your part to spend your hard-earned money, go buy land in a waterlogged area just because there's pressure. You have to move, you have to own your own space. Doesn't mean you should go and build on a waterway. Doesn't mean you should go and buy a house that is in a waterlogged area. In some spaces, they build so much all over the wetland that you will not even be able to tell that that place is a wetland. Yes, there is that, but it also means that you need to get the professionals, as we talk about, to help you come to a solid or valid conclusion. But there are signs. There are always signs. There are always things you see that will help you know that this area, it shouldn't be built.
Exactly.
It shouldn't be a built area.
You see, if you don't pay attention to these little details, it will come back to haunt you. You know, as for people selling their property, people who are renting out their property and all of that, they will sell you the sweetest stories there are, right? But at the end of the day, we say what? Caveat emptor. Is that what the law
is? Buyer beware.
Exactly. You are the one going to pay for a particular, property. Yeah. So you need to do proper due diligence and come to the conclusion that, look, I have done what a reasonable person would do in all the circumstances of this particular property, this particular thing. And I've come to the conclusion that it is good, I should part with my money and secure this property. True. But you see, we just move. Some people just move in. They see the thing, shine, and they say, "Oh, Charlie, they like beautiful. It." 5 months, into your contract, the rains have come, and the place is decimated. You have lost everything.
The value is gone.
Charlie, meanwhile, you just got out of university, finished your national service, got a job, and you're receiving what, 1,500 or 2,000 Ghana cedis. And with that, you've been able to buy a few television sets and some other, everything is condemned. So it is important. And people who have paid so much money to buy mortgage property, look, it is not everything that a mortgage giver would do for you, right? The due diligence at the end of the day, you have to invest it. If you have to get engineers to visit the site, to look at it, test the soil, and tell you that this thing, no. They should be able to tell you that. But where we rely on our own knowledge, intelligence, and whatever it is, and problem comes, it hurts. You have lost everything.
Also because for the most part, people like Adefodi. So if it's too good to be true, then they just jump at it.
You see, over the globalism, they sweet too, but the kudo bareha. So everything where they sweet free of charge like that, where you see them, they enjoy. There's always a small, graveside grave by it, because it can't be free like that. There's no free lunch.
There's none at all.
If you want to go to Kumasi, you can't be in Takoradi at the same time.
No.
So there's opportunity cost, right? So if we look at things like, oh, this one there is nice, so it's very close to me, but it's close to you, yes. But what truth is concealed that you have to dig up? We don't do these things, and we buy these things, and it is a problem. Talk to neighbors. What is the water situation here? When was this thing built? Before that, the people in the they will tell you that, I had no previously no
the neighbors are bad. Hey, they will connect with the property owner. You will join them before they start telling you stories.
So you don't just speak to one.
Do plenty,
talk to people, ask questions. Is this
because rent laws don't work? You will be locked in at least 1 or 2 years.
I'm telling you. Before you get the money,
No, it's important that we do these things. It might sound like cliche, right? But truth be told, if you find yourself in that situation, when you lose everything, people have had their 5-bedroom houses completely destroyed by water. They have no insurance package on it,
and they couldn't take any of their valuables.
Nothing. It's gone. And that's what, in the region of what, between $300,000 US, $500,000, or in some cases $250,000. Where are you going to get that money back from?
It's difficult.
It's not insured. You have worked all your life, 45 years, 50 years. When are you going to get that money again to go back and invest? So I beg you,
don't put your money in water.
It is important. Sometimes it may well be proper that you stay outside of Accra and drive to work.
I really like that point, and that will work better when we have the railway lines. But I'll get to
or even the road, or even the sea.
Quickly for me, this flooding problem, the filth problems, the sanitation problem, and every other problem we discuss here that we go through as Ghanaians comes down to 2 things: to power and people.
Right.
Okay.
The 2 P's.
The 2 P's, and the 2 P's that continue to fail. Those with the power, those with the authority, fail to act.
Right.
The people fail to act right.
Right.
We the people, we are busy breaking the laws in the name of survival. How do we assert our power as a people and expect that authority will act? Do you get it? For me, that is the biggest challenge, and you can even create a triangle, as Guy said, and put money on top.
So
because those who have the power
people,
are busy following money. Put the money on top,
Yes.
and then the 2 bottoms, the base, you have people.
All about the money.
Yes, because the people are chasing money. So who enforce laws in the name of survival? Those who have power too are busy chasing money at everybody's expense.
Allowed in some cases foreign companies to come and fail wetlands just because they will build a mall,
they'll give you money.
Or they will build some factory. I mean, common sense with the greatest respect should tell you that look, that factory or that mall doesn't need to be in Accra. You can put it somewhere and develop that economy. But once we get something small, Charlie Young
We've created the money class.
Charlie, very passionate conversations about national development. Very important. You have a role to play. You have to be responsible. Don't put your money in water, please. If the leaders will fail you, at least don't fail yourself. That one can't be. As a listener of this show, don't do that. But while you don't do that, look for a best of flavor in every sip. You'll find that in Piva beverages. We encourage you, grab the Piva Cola, Piva Orange, Piva Cocktail, Piva Grape, and Piva Tangy. Grab yours today. 0550032231. Piva beverages, a taste you will love. And if you're ready to level up your future, make Academic City your first choice. At Academic City, students don't just learn, they build, they innovate, and they lead. Our graduates work with global companies like Apple, Goldman Sachs, Ernst & Young, while others are building startups and driving innovation across Africa. Academic City offers innovative undergraduate and postgraduate programs in engineering, business administration, communication, AI, data science, and cybersecurity. We are also the first university in sub-Saharan Africa to offer undergraduate programs in nuclear engineering and unmanned aerial systems engineering. Professional development courses are also available. Admissions are now open to 053-101-2236. Visit act.edu.gh. Academic City University, educating future-ready leaders. And the biggest tournament is here. DSTV giving you front row seats to all the action live. FIFA World Cup 2026 is that time when everything can wait. 48 teams participating. World Cup. It's got all the markings of history. Watch all 104 games on 4 dedicated HD channels. World-class commentary and analysis live on Super Sport on DSTV. From 11th June to 19th July, DSTV is your #1 sport for everything World Cup. Get your decoder today for only 69 Ghana cedis. Reconnect for as little as 58 Ghana cedis and get ready for an experience you cannot miss. DSTV, your home of entertainment. Now imagine a world where your power never fails, your data is always secure, and your business never stops. That's the world Left Signature Limited is building every single day. From expert electrical engineering services to cutting-edge renewable energy solutions like solar and microgrids, Left Signature keeps your world powered and protected. Download the LEP Power app from the Play or App Store. Access the web version 0256 111 leftsignature.com is where to visit online. Our office is at Lashibino Celebrity Estate. Left Signature Limited, driving progress through technology and engineering excellence. Now imagine your next vacation fully paid, unforgettable, and within reach. By simply using your ABSA card, you could win an exclusive trip for 2 to Mauritius. Spend 350 Ghana cedis to earn an entry and enjoy additional chances with every qualifying transaction via your ABSA card or ABSA digital platforms. 9 additional customers will also be rewarded with an all-expense paid weekend escape at a selected resort in Ghana. Your getaway begins with a swipe. This promo runs till the 31st of July this year. It's regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. Your story matters, ABSA. We'll take a very quick break. When we're back, we have more for you.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Hello, CEOs. Ghana's foremost business platform marks 10 years of leadership impact. Join the 10th Ghana CEO Summit and Expo on Thursday, 28th May 2026 from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Kempinski Hotel Accra. The summit is themed Accelerating Ghana's Economic Transformation, driving bold reforms through leadership, technology, and industrialization. Tagline, from vision to action. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, President of the Republic of Ghana, will attend as special guest of honor and officially launch the CEO Government Compact 2026. Highlights include presidential CEO dialogue, masterclasses, panels, brand expo, CEO profiles, networking. Registered now at GhanaCEOSummit.com. Call 054-639-1970 or email info@GhanaCEOSummit.com. Powered by CEO Network Ghana in partnership with Deloitte, PwC, EY, GIPC, University of Ghana, Media General, and the Multimedia Group. The 10th Ghana CEO Summit and Expo. A decade of leadership impact. T&Cs apply.
Looking for a burst of flavor in every sip? Discover the refreshing taste of Piva beverages. Enjoy the classic Piva Cola flavor, perfect fit anytime. How about a fruity adventure? Try our delightful Piva orange fruit drink packed with recognized citrus flavor. Craving something exotic? Our Piva cocktail fruit drink brings the tropics to you. For a sweet and juicy treat, grab our grapefruit drink and don't miss out on the refreshing Piva tangerine fruit drink, bursting with tangerine flavor. Piva Cola, Piva Orange, Piva Cocktail, Piva Grape, Piva Tangy. Grab yours today. Available now at your local store. Call us on 055-00-322-31. Piva, a taste you'd love. This advert is FDA approved.
P for Piva.
Your attention, please. Flight C8 has been delayed.
Again. Madam, can you please point me to the water fountain? And please watch my back and phone whilst I'm gone.
You can be a traveler with infinite worries.
Hello, Mr. Anand. Your lounge access is ready and your seat is warm.
Or you can be a traveler with infinite privileges.
Champagne, sir?
Raging all the drink.
Choose EcoBank's infinite privileges with an EcoBank Visa Infinite card. Access airport lounges worldwide, fast-track services, best-in-class daily limits, and enjoy other exclusive travel and lifestyle benefits. Infinite privileges await. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Hey, so what goes into building quality structures? I mean, literally, what goes into it? Wujaf, you don't want to be sitting here somewhere worrying whether or not you did a really good job. It'd be very simple equation. If there's no diamond cement in the mix, massa, forget it. Don't start cry. Menye, diamond cement has been providing builders, block makers, and construction companies that peace of mind for years. Diamond cement is 42.5 R grade cement. Unbeatable quality made right here in Ghana. And because we have your pocket in mind, we provide 32.5 R grade so that everybody getting on. No long talk, Jack. If there's no diamond cement in the mix, don't start. Locate Diamond Cement Ghana Limited nationwide with factories in Aflao, Takrade, and Buipe, or call 0244-313-368 or 0540-111-978 or 0202-021-175. Diamond Cement, still as hard as a diamond.
Your skin deserves the best care possible. Introducing Princess Premium Lotion, crafted with vitamin B3 for all your skin types. Choose from our 4 luxurious variants: Radiant Skin with cocoa butter and vitamin E, Skin Revitalization, enriched with aloe vera and vitamin E, Healthy Glow featuring lemon and vitamin E, plus SPF 15 sun protection, and Skin Rejuvenation with carrot oil and vitamin A. Take care of the future you with Princess Premium Lotion. Princess Premium Lotion is your perfect choice. Available now for your everyday skincare needs. The GC brand, it's all about you. This advert is FDA approved.
June is for business here at Citi FM and Channel 1 TV. This June, the ideas get bolder and the future of Ghanaian business takes center stage. Welcome to the City Business Festival 2026. For the entire month of June, 97.3 Citi FM and Channel 1 TV bring together the thinkers, builders, innovators, and dreamers shaping the future of enterprise in Ghana. From powerful business fora that spark meaningful conversations to insightful on-air discussions with industry leaders and change makers, to stories of resilience, innovation, and ambition from Ghanaian entrepreneurs. This is more than a festival. It is a movement of ideas, strategy, and impact. Whether you're starting small, scaling big, or simply dreaming of your next breakthrough, the Citi Business Festival is your platform to learn, connect, and grow. Join the On Air series every weekday at 9 a.m. on the Citi Breakfast Show on 97.3 Citi FM and at 11 a.m. with a repeat at 6 p.m. on Channel 1 TV. This June, let's challenge businesses, let's refine ideas, let's create impact. Call 0205-973-973 for further details. Citi Business Festival 2026, driving ideas into impact. The Citi Business Festival 2026 is powered by 97.3 Citi FM and Channel 1 TV in partnership with Absa Bank, and it's proudly sponsored by Absa Bank, MTN, Zondatech Ghana Limited, and Petra Trust.
Hey, Charlie, these days there are Azan everywhere, and GCB Bank is on the alert to protect your money. So be vigilant. I should share my OTP with you. How can you tell me this story? Masa, one-time PIN will be group work, so don't share. Azan, they say share your PIN for them to help you. Azan, unknown link, biya, no click so Bebre Azan, free ATM help, say. My friend, look sharp. GCB Bank will never ask for your PIN, OTP, or Ghana card details. Don't fall victim. Think before you click or send anything. Azan Boys Day Street. So DG, call 0800-422-422 free or WhatsApp 0202-422-422 when in doubt. Azan is brought to you by GCB Bank, your bank for life.
Want more of the world's best entertainment? Well, DSTV's got you. We got kicks, we got scores, we got action, we got roars, we got drama, we got fun, we got more for everyone.
We got you.
So come on, get connected. There's an upgrade on us just for you.
It's my specialty.
More channels, more shows, more joy for you and the fam every day. DSTV, we got you all the way.
This June, all roads lead to Accra. WAMPEX, the West African Mining and Power Expo, returns from the 3rd to the 5th of June for its 19th edition. Endorsed by the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources, WAMPEX brings together over 6,000 mining professionals and over 250 local and international exhibitors. Meet the people behind West Africa's mining operations, discover new suppliers, and make the connections that move projects forward. From a high-level conference to innovation hub workshops and valuable networking opportunities, now hosted at its new home, the La Palm Royal Beach Hotel in Accra. Headline sponsors: Anglo Gold Ashanti, Goldfields, and B5+. Register now for free visitor access at www.wampexwestafrica.com and be a part of West Africa's leading mining event.
Pepper powder, a shishi raw. Sankofa pepper powder, me power jamu, me shishi. Sankofa pepper powder, me power jamu, me shishi. 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 Me power jamu. Sankofa pepper powder.
FDA, Aji Ejadi Nkrato Yatum.
Ready to lead beyond limits? Ready to think sharper, decide smarter, and lead with greater impact? Welcome to the Management Bootcamp 2026, an exclusive executive development experience from Channel 1 TV and 97.3 Citi FM. The bootcamp is designed for ambitious professionals, executives, entrepreneurs, and business leaders who are ready to elevate their leadership capacity and thrive in today's fast-changing business environment. Gain practical insights from top industry experts in strategy, leadership, customer service, and digital marketing. The date is Sunday, 21st June to Friday, 26th June 2026. The venue is the Platinum Bay Hotel at Abokobi. To register, call 0501 145 434. Seats are limited. Secure your place today and take the next bold step in your leadership journey. Management Bootcamp 2026, shaping leaders, transforming businesses. The Management Bootcamp 2026 is powered by Channel 1 TV with support from 97.3 Citi FM.
In Ghana, planning ahead is something we grew up with. It's in the small things. Filling your barrels and buckets just in case the taps don't flow tomorrow. Parents buying school shoes 2 or 3 sizes too big so you can grow into them. Or wrapping your books carefully so that they can be passed down to the next child. It's how we've always looked out for the future. Quietly, thoughtfully, every day.
For 20 years, we've understood what Ghanaians have always known. Planning today secures tomorrow. It's the reason we provided life insurance solutions for every aspect of your future. Star Life didn't introduce planning ahead, we only made it better. Why? Because it's who you've always been. Star Life, your solid partner for life.
We are Star Life, your solid partner for life.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is Citi 97.3.
The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Seventeen after 9. Very shortly we'll bring you a presentation by Professor Godfred Alufa Bokpin at the Pension Strategy Conference 2026. This happened last week. His reflections cut across sectors. His focus was on the IMF, Ghana's visit to the IMF, whether or not we will be there again. Oh my word, you should listen. It was a mix of history, economics, religion, sociology, everything. He talked about our ethical culture. You know, he says people are leaving business, which is the real sector, to join politics because the return on investment is quick. You can get a V8 to drive overnight, and the slave queen economy around politics is thriving. There are some roads in this country, when they commission it and you don't hurry up to also use some, after 6 months everything will be gone. Sustainability must be a part of the Ghanaian culture. He provoked thoughts and he made very strong cause for discipline, physical discipline, social discipline, and more. And that is coming up in a bit. In the meantime, I know many who are tired of that last minute panic when the water bottles run empty. What if I told you there's a smarter way, a way to have clean, reliable water delivered on time and actually save money? Jibu Water is the game changer. Ditch the hassle. We are one of Africa's fastest growing water brands. We've got solutions for every home and business. Exchange your old 18.9 liter bottle for a sleek modern 20 liter bottle at a very little fee, or one with a tap for easy cooking and drinking. We offer free bottles and dispenser machines for corporate clients. Entrepreneurs, Jibu offers amazing opportunities to become a distributor, a reseller, or even own a production site. Talk to us 020-984-5817. We have 10 production sites in the crowd, so stop worrying about water. Get reliable delivery, save money, and join a growing community. This is a smart choice for your water. Jibu Water, a better life. There's exciting news from the camp of GT Bank for their customers. You know, that time when you are on the phone, you're having a very important conversation and your airtime just runs out? Yeah. Don't let that happen to you again. GT Bank has a perfect solution. They call it the Quick Airtime Loan. It's a convenient airtime advance service that keeps you connected anytime, anywhere. Simply dial *737*247# and then you get up to 30 Ghana cedis instant airtime credited to your mobile number at a fee of just 3%. So save this one. Save the code. Just dial *73*247#. Save it. Anytime you run out of talk time, then you dial it. You get 30 Ghana straight. We're at a fee of 3%. No delay, no hassle. You have up to 7 days to pay. Charlie, this is good. Call a toll-free number 0800-124-000. T's and C's apply. GT Bank, quick airtime. Stay connected anytime, any day. Now, planning for the future begins with the decisions you make today. Save and invest early with EDC to build wealth and retire comfortably. One clear sign of financial growth is when your money starts working for you through steady returns and long-term wealth creation. With EDC, you get professional fund management, flexible investment options, potential for higher returns, and financial securities for retirement and future goals. Your financial independence is possible with EDC, so sign up today. 0302-610-400. Call that number or WhatsApp 0509-268-414. Good morning, CBS team. Mark this. We will come back discussing this same flight issue next year. So this country called Ghana, why? That's your question. You didn't add your name. People are winning big on 590 mobile just by dialing *959#. NLA has increased the play time of your favorite 590 mobile from Monday to Saturday. Noon rush starts at 8:30, closes at 1:25 p.m. the next day, and the evening draw starts at 1:30 p.m., closes at exactly 7:55 p.m. Please note Sunday Aseda remains the same with no change. Catch all the 590 mobile evening live draw from Monday special to Sunday Aseda on GTV broadcast 8 p.m. to 8:15. Always remember to stick responsibly. It's not for persons below 18 years. Contact 0308-249-477 for any inquiries. 590 mobile at Dawinsum. All the problems you have lamented, all the problems you lament on daily, just know this, our so-called democracy has no solution. It will only get worse. Hypocrisy and dishonesty are our true identity. The solution lies in punishment and high-handedness, which you same guys will turn around to complain. Well, Africa and Ghana in particular does not deserve this kind of governance. We will not agree, but that's the truth. This democracy cannot correct itself. Prof, send that from Tim. Okay, sir. Let's turn our attention to fiscal space, discipline, policy, unemployment, and more. World Bank conversations. Professor Godfred Alufah-Bokpin, you are really going to enjoy this. He said Ghana will be fully ready for another IMF program by 2032. He compares us to countries like Malaysia, Singapore, and nations that have been to the IMF and been transformed, others that have never been to the IMF at all, but are light years ahead of us. He compares us to those nations that we started off with, and now we are going to for loans, and he pricks our conscience to do better as individuals, as institutions, and as a nation. Professor Godfred Alufah-Bokpin is a professor of finance at the University of Ghana Business School. You may want to record this conversation. You will really, really love it. Enjoy.
My presentation is to look at how we can navigate Ghana's post-IMF program. What lessons do past programs offer us? And how do we insulate ourselves? There's a talk that we have left the IMF. We have not left. We've left one room and moved into another room. So we've left from IMF to IMF. Okay, so because we checked in an emergency situation, now we are in the ward. Let's put it that way. We have to be monitored. But I'm so happy I got the opportunity to do this presentation. And today I don't want you to take me so serious. I don't want you to take me so serious. In 2019, at the time when we're exiting the 16, 17th IMF supported program, I got a chance to do a similar presentation like this. At the end of my presentation, I concluded that the question is not whether Ghana will go back to the IMF, and the question is when. And then I made a recommendation that we could lengthen how quickly we could go to the IMF if we sign up for policy support instruments. This was my recommendation in 2019. And then we also made recommendations. In fact, we did a presentation on Imani platform, and we said institutionalize fiscal council, make it independent, back it with the law. The good thing is that the government did not do any of this. So we went to an IMF program. Today, I'm here to make another recommendation that the policy coordination instrument the government signed for is not enough if we want to be on our own for long. And I'll tell you why. If we look at all the IMF supported program that we have gone through, the current one is the most expensive in terms of the price we have to pay to get a fresh start. And it's one of the programs where we've had to pay the price to restore macroeconomic stability over the entire program period, which also took the form of domestic debt exchange and all of that. Today, when we are signing the credit for the macroeconomic stability, we think that is gold board. Not at all. Those who did the heavy lifting for the fresh air we have today are actually Euro bond holders. In the original design of the IMF program, it was estimated that the balance of payment deficit that has to be closed was around $15 billion. The IMF, with their name on the program, was only providing $3 billion. The difference had to come largely from external debt restructuring, because the debt suspension helped us in building reserves. So when we signed up onto the G20 Common Framework, we suspended interest payment, we ended up restructuring the debt, we lengthened it, including external bilateral. That was the starting point. That was the equity that gave Ghana the breathing space. Of course, Gold Board and the others have come in quite strongly and all of that. But remember that we have been there before. So in terms of presentation, all of this is just to introduce so that I can calm down a bit. So we look at the introduction and the context, the macroeconomic stability we enjoy now, the price we have to pay, debt sustainability, economic transformation. I'll skip this a bit because my boss is here. So I've copied some things from your document. So let me acknowledge in advance. Okay. Yeah. So it's good that you talk a bit more on this. If we can do at least 40% of the things you have in the program there, we can do away with IMF for a little longer. So let me put it that way. So, do you see this? Without indicating the country at the top here, can you associate Ghana with this picture? This is your country, Ghana, on the far right. Branding is very important. If you decide to visit the IMF website and you want to know about Ghana, this is the picture they have about Ghana on their website. What do you discern from this picture? Lack of direction, chaos, lack of order, Bibia and Yama, right? This is Ghana on the IMF website. We had indicated that the first thing we need to change is this picture. Assuming investors are looking at which countries to invest and all of that, and they visit the IMF, this is the first greetings. On the other side is Malaysia. And I chose to compare Ghana to Malaysia. On the website of the IMF, this is the picture they have about Malaysia. Ghana and Malaysia won independence from UK the same year. Ghana has been to the IMF 18 times. Malaysia has never been to the IMF. Malaysia earned from palm oil and its related products more than $18 billion in 2023, far more than the total export earnings of Ghana in 2026, which is around $11 billion. And palm oil that brought so much foreign exchange to Malaysia caused little harm to the environment. Other countries, there are options. In economics, resources are limited in supply. It doesn't mean countries cannot develop. It doesn't mean individuals cannot achieve their goals. Those scarce resources, they have alternative uses. So the extent to which you can maximize alternative uses of scarce resources, that's what makes the difference between the rich and the poor, those who beg and those who give. We have options. And I'm happy government is going back to palm oil plantation and the rest of them. We are catching up. Uses of scarce resources, that's what makes the difference between the rich and the poor, those who beg and those who give. We have options.
And I'm happy government is going back to palm oil plantation and the rest of them. We are catching up. In the late 50s, early 60s,
if we're having this presentation around that time, there would have been no difference between Ghana and Malaysia, Ghana and Singapore, Ghana and South Korea. In 1961, 1962, Ghana GDP per capita was slightly higher than South Korea, the newly industrialized nation. This is the picture the IMF has about South Korea on their website. The problem may not be IMF. South Korea has been to the IMF 17 times. Their last program was actually in 1997 during the Asian crisis. And you can see the difference in terms of how much they allocated to South Korea and how much they give to African countries and Ghana. And I dare say, if the IMF wants to transform our economy, they would have done it long ago. Because if you move into a situation and you want to solve the problem of a business with a balance sheet of more than $80 billion and you are designing intervention and all that you are putting on the table is $3 billion, it tells me your focus. So in the case of South Korea in 1997, the IMF set aside a fund in excess of $50 billion. South Korea utilized just around. An offer was made. About 1/3 of the population volunteered. Those who had gold, whatever they brought, they said, we want to pay. By 2001, they had paid off Since then, they've never been to the fund again. A certain level of national pride is good for development. A certain level of national pride. As a human being, if you get to a certain stage, you want to say that enough of something and I'm willing to pay the price. And it comes down to leadership. If we have leadership on the table who advise our government to walk away from the fund, right now we will not. The part of leadership we have seen in this country and the part of development is a development with convenience. Leadership of convenience.
Our leaders pick and choose where they want to succeed, and the success that brings them convenience is what they pursue. That will not go far. As a leader, you don't pick and choose where you want to succeed. You've been elected to succeed, and you must be willing to pay the price and face the disruption from within. Otherwise, you cannot confront the disruption from without. So until we do that, we are not making enough progress. Of course, our neighbors, you can see Kenya, not to say neighbors in terms of economic framework, they've also been to the fund 22 times, slightly ahead of Ghana. Okay, if we want to catch up, this is a picture they have about Kenya, slightly better. Yes. On the other side is Rwanda, slightly better. Branding is very important. I won't go into the rest. So for a future, and whatever reforms we put in place must be looking at addressing the challenges ahead of us. You can see from the graph, by 2040, our population will be 45 million. Currently, we are around close to 35, right? Some people added to it this dawn. Okay? And all of that. Okay, so between now and you can see annually, between now and 2030, close to 712,000 will be added to our population. If you do the analysis and the rest of them, close to 500,000 of this will be entering the labor market, because not all of them will graduate. Some people will copy in the exams room, they will be caught, others this, okay? So people will after just say, I hope you understand that. This is Galamsey, others they will not even go to school. Okay? So we do expect that all of these people will eventually be accounted for at the end over there. So close to 500,000 annually enter the labor market in Ghana. This is scary. And I was looking at the presentation you made in terms of the job growth in the formal sector that lies flat. So without tweaking, even if you majored in job creation in the university, you'll be successfully unemployed if we don't do something about the structure of our economy. So we are getting to the zone where out of every 10 graduating students in Ghana, just about 3 of them are likely to get a job. Close to 7 are assured unemployment. This is scary. So when we talk about stability, it benefits the middle class more. The guy who is successfully unemployed, he doesn't have the purchasing power in the market. So we should not celebrate stability that has brought so much cost to us as though we have done well. So once people talk about the fact that probably last year 1 million jobs created, where in the formal wage economy, the employment in terms of the formal wage economy, the jump is just around 139,000 over a 12-month period. And that is why we must be aggressive about the kind of economic reforms we want to put in place and all of that. So this should guide us as we go forward. If you look at the World Bank study, between 2011, 2012 to 2022 or so, just around 250,000 jobs on net basis have been created. Within that same period, over 2 million Ghanaians have entered the labor market, looking for jobs that probably exist in the textbook. Our macro framework, low inflation, low unemployment, good news for all of us. So this is, given the theme is to look at the past and see what we can learn from that. What you have here are not people's date of birth. This represents dates, the first column, date when we went to the fund, and then when we exited. Many of you here, your date of birth are captured within this range. Okay? Yeah. Interestingly, as we say, our first IMF successfully
implemented IMF-supported program was approved on May 17th, with the tradition of a party that got us the most recent program also approved on May 17th. It's not coincidental. It's just about scheduling. The first party with a tradition that took us to the IMF in 1966 is the same party with that tradition that took us the most recent one, also approved on May 17th, 1966. In a certain year, we went to the fund twice. So if Ghana government tells me they won't go to the fund again, I would doubt. If a lady tells me she won't give birth again, I'll believe her. Okay? So, but you know, sometimes they accuse lecturers that we don't change our slides. The motivation is very small, right? Because things haven't changed. So, when I got the call to do this presentation, you know, I look past presentation. So I cut here. The ones I cannot explain, I delete them. And hold on. This is the template of our first application to the IMF. You know, whilst we laugh about this, I want us to get to the stage where we say never again. Why? The first person who made an application to the IMF for a fund-supported program was Dr. Kwame Nkrumah in 1965. And the reasons Dr. Kwame Nkrumah cited for approaching the IMF are not substantially different from the reasons we cited in 2022 for our current program. And if you check all the past programs, the reasons are almost the same. So what it means is that if we're learning from past programs with determination, we should be able to identify why we've been going there that often. And I can assure you, there's a way you can predict if these things persist, that we will be there. When government announced that they were exiting the program, we did our analysis and concluded that Ghana will be fully ready for another IMF-supported program by 2032 or 2033. And if you check the gap between that time and when the ILO says that SNET will be collapsing, the difference is just small. We would have eroded all the fiscal gains by that time. Because we haven't changed. We haven't. Sometimes when we do so well, it's more of the same. So this is it, the template. Deteriorating economic conditions occasioned by unfavorable development in commodity prices, gold, cocoa, ballooning public debt, right? Our reserves had gone to negative from 1957. Our total reserves left for us was around $269 million. By the end of 1965, we had crossed the red line. Our reserves had gone to negative of $391 million. Oh, then we thought the issue was the fact that we didn't have a currency of our own, because we're using the British West African pound. So let's have our own currency. July 1965, we introduced our cedi. Just in less than 8 months, inflation moved from 0.98% in 1964 to 26.4% in 1965. Since then, Ghana has never known low inflation for long. So today we are talking about inflation of 3.4%, quite low. The structure of our economy is such that we cannot support low inflation for long. So you can understand why from every quarter the projection is that inflation is going towards each up. If you choose to solve your higher inflation through demand approach rather than increasing the supply capacity of your economy, inflation that you generate will not be sustainable. This is not rocket science. Inflation means aggregate demand exceeds aggregate supply. You either solve that problem through aggregate supply or you solve it through aggregate what? Demand. If you choose aggregate supply approach, that will take a longer time, and politicians don't have patience. They want results like yesterday. Sometimes lack of patience does not allow policy to bear the kind of fruits and we don't create an enabling environment for that policy to bear the much needed fruit. So the good news is that Dr. Kwame Nkrumah is not mentioned in the literature as having gone to the IMF, because after the program was approved, his government was overthrown. So the first major economic decision Ghana took right after the overthrow of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah was to surrender our birthright to the IMF. And since then, we have been regular and predictable. If you care to know, the fund also, they do the analysis. They know when we should be arriving. And I'll tell you an example. So 2022, in fact, the optimal time, and let me say this also, sometimes when you know your problem and you see the symptoms coming, it's better you run to the doctor early than say, oh, it will go. Oh, this one, it will go. So sometimes because we don't recognize the optimal time to go to the IMF, a month delay, a year's delay tend to cost us so much. And that was essentially what we experienced in 2022. The optimal time for Ghana to have gone to the IMF was the third quarter of 2021. And we said it. And we said that the more you delay, you are going to go to the fund in an ambulance. Okay? So look at what happened. The call to go to IMF was made on 1st July, assuming that was our Republic Day, right? It took the IMF less than 5 days. They were in town. When did they look for the ticket? When did they put the team together? How? I hope you understand that, because when they come, it's not just one person. They from Charlie or marked or ticket now to order. So, you know what? We can be like Malaysia, where we can take the ideas of the IMF and implement it ourselves. We can. Why? We sat in the same classroom with some of them. Maybe we did better than them, don't you know? We can share a transcript with you. It's not like we don't know. We do. Sometimes we think that when you win power, you've won the knowledge, you've won everything. But please, we have a nation to build, something to live for the next generation. These days, people fast not because they love the Lord. They fast to balance their budget. Okay? Meet university students who are always fasting and praying. I said, no. Wait. There's a certain level of humility in our economy that is driven by poverty. There's a certain level of poverty-induced humility in the system. They are waiting for money to release themselves. Let's enable people live the life God had intended for them. Then 1966 came with our first program. Please, these are the reasons. The same thing. Balance of payment problems, the same thing. These are the reasons we cited for 2022. Almost the same thing. The problem has always been higher expenditure rigidities, low revenue. And we have not been able to address that. Our tax effort is still low. Our economy is largely not taxable, but that is not rocket science. You were not growing a taxable economy in the first place. How do you expect that economy to generate more tax revenue? You must be deliberate about growing a taxable economy that will deliver taxes for you. That's how nations are built. You do your sectorial analysis and determine which areas can bring you more tax revenue, and then you will invest so that you can get those taxes. Of course, it's not every aspect of the GDP that is taxable and all of that, but the point is that we are not growing a taxable economy. Agriculture contributes close to 19% of our GDP in the last 3 decades or so, but the tax revenue from agriculture sector is less than 1%. That's what is on the board here. Agriculture is a punishment. We don't look at it as a business approach. We leave it to peasant farmers. Meanwhile, agriculture in Cote d'Ivoire contributes close to 17% of their GDP, and the tax revenue from there is almost 10%. So when I read the 24-hour policy and the value chain analysis in there, I said, yes, the diagnosis is right. We have known this all this while. What is left is going to do it. But you also identify the political economy in this. When you find a sector where politicians are big players, they tend to allocate more resources there. You see that in Cote d'Ivoire. In economics and wealth generation, wealth is supposed to be generated in the real sector of the economy, sweat. But in this country, people generate wealth by not being in the real sector. So people want to leave business today and join politics. Okay? Because the payback period is so short. Look, you could actually get a VA to drive overnight. Wow. I'm going, you sit there. And at the end of 4 years or 8 years, come on. And the slave queen economy around it. I will not be found there anyway, but I'm not talking for you. I'm not a bad person. What I'm saying is that, okay, you let me. Okay, please. We must be intentional about growing our businesses, regardless of political affiliations. Our economy is in the top 8 in Africa. There is no Ghanaian business in the top 8. There is no Ghanaian business in the top 10 in Africa. There is no Ghanaian billionaire in the top 20. What is the use of your economy being ranked number 8 if you are visibly absent where wealth is determined? I'm looking for a president who will say that I want to make billionaires from each sector. I'm not looking at your political what? Look, let me tell you something. In this country, there is a certain level of non-performing loans in the banking sector that is associated with regime change. Why do we do that to ourselves? To what end? There are businesses that rise and collapse with regime change in this country. And a time will come when banks are going to lend, they will ask, what's your political what? And probably they will give you a loan with a maturity tied to when your party will lose power. When it gets to that point, business lending will not be determined by business. It will be determined by what? Politics. This is so cheap. It won't take us anywhere. You don't need a prophet to send you a WhatsApp on this. So, but something good happened 2025, and I commend government. Because almost all the IMF supported program, the fiscal adjustment tend to be heavy on revenue side. And our criticism of the original IMF supported program was that it was going to burden Ghanaians more from taxes. Because taxes were supposed to generate close to 55% of that 5% of GDP fiscal savings, and then the expenditure was going to generate less. So we criticize it. So here I'm here to commend the government for changing, recalibrating the fiscal strategy, and that's brought us the results we saw. So government switched, and I congratulate them for that. They switched from revenue-based fiscal consolidation to what we call expenditure-based fiscal consolidation by cutting expenditure, mostly wasteful spending. But the question also is that, should I say they overcut it? Something, I'll show you why. And that is where sustainability cannot be accommodated. Okay. So then they delivered the shock therapy. So these were essentially the 3 fiscal strategy the government adopted that produced the kind of results we saw within the shortest possible time. It's a lot of sacrifice on leadership. And I believe that there's a strong trust that the president has for the Minister of Finance. Otherwise, he will not be able to have implemented this shock therapy and fiscal recalibration. He wouldn't have. Setekwe suffered for this 2014 ahead of the 2016 election. I'm sure some people haven't forgiven him. So you can see the fiscal adjustment. Okay, so we're supposed to, but the point also is that we have compressed things within a short time to deliver the kind of results that we have, such that when we exit the fund, there's supposed to be some level of what? Reversal. That's where unsustainability comes in. The measures we put in place when we are under IMF supported program, when we exit, it will not be practicable to continue on that path, and therefore you see some level of what? Reversals going forward. And you see it happening also going forward. So they did a primary surplus of 2.6%. That's more than $2.8 billion of lack of spending for gone infrastructure. Is that okay? But a country with a huge infrastructure deficit must spend to come out of it, right? But what they also decided was that let's create a space so that going forward they'll begin to what? Scale up spending progressively. That's what they've done. So they amended the Public Financial Management Act, hoping to do a debt to GDP ratio of about 45% by 2034. They've achieved that. So once you do that, you recalibrate your fiscal framework. Instead of doing 1.5% of GDP annually in order to get there, you could do 0.5% of GDP to get there. So that frees you about 1.1% of GDP annually in incremental spending. The next important question is, what will be the level of efficiency? And where would this spending go to? Remember, there's something, a delusion about GDP calculation. If you look at GDP calculation from expenditure point of view, if the government spending is inefficient, GDP doesn't account for that. So GDP, look at how much have you spent. So if on a kilometer of road, you are supposed to spend 10 and you spend 35, GDP captures how much? 35. But what is on the ground is far less. Ghana's roads are in people's stomachs. We construct roads that do not last. There are some roads in this country, when they commission it and you don't hurry up and go and use it, 6 months time, longevity, the benefit you get from investment spending lies in the efficiency. How do we get more from less? And sometimes when we say we are addressing some of these inherent challenges, it manifests more in additional administrative costs, which ultimately doesn't square up. We can do better and we should do better. You know, we say we have exited the IMF program. It doesn't mean it's going to take you less to go to Kumasi. It's taking people close to 10 hours to travel from Accra to Kumasi. Please, what kind of growth can you deliver with that system? If you look at intercity speed, Ghana is not in the top 10 in Africa. We are not in the top 20. We are not in the top 30. The average mean speed intercity in Ghana is around 56 kilometers. So it means that if you have V8, V12, V15, you can only do as much as the Aboboya. Because literally there's no space in front of you. So of what use is asking for more wheels? There are some places in this country, whether you are rich or poor, we all use the same road. Speed is efficiency in connecting economic opportunities and stuff like that. So I'll be happy if we want to open up the cap and say, let's increase our debt to GDP ratio. We want to fix infrastructure. So when we are talking about economic transformation, the basics, we don't have it. Because you just can't say where you are sitting right now, let me go to Cape Coast and come. You may not even arrive. Do you know that more people have died this year than COVID did in the entire year? It is always dangerous if a country equates human well-being to just money and consumption. It's dangerous. So look at the fiscal adjustment. You can see the deviation in some expenditure items, some running to 70s, 40s, and the rest of them. So the fiscal consolidation we have done is too heavy on the expenditure side. And when you forgo such level of spending, it will come back to bite you. Okay? If you don't have the system in place. So we are exiting the program. We've done quite well. But one basic area where the program has not delivered sufficiently is increasing our revenue envelope. Okay, so we've seen gold surge in gold price for almost about 60%. The real benefit of our natural resource in terms of gold is so limited to just foreign exchange. So we've seen the surge in gold price. We've seen, in fact, in the last 30 years or so, gold has accounted for close to 22% of our GDP growth, but it has not impacted employment.
And the surge in gold in the last 10 years has also not impacted our fiscal revenue that much, because the surge in gold has come more from artisanal small-scale mining. And until recently, they were not paying taxes, no royalties, nothing. In fact, both, they were smuggling it. And it surprises me how they can smuggle said gold with said volume out of this country with all the security agencies. I've seen some armed forces people here, all protocol observed. They are working very hard. It's not their fault. Please, I have a lot of respect for them. One time I thought about joining them. Maybe it's not too late. Okay, so having done all of this, so we've seen GDP growth. It's been quite good, but this is insufficient.
For growth to be sufficient and to meet the aspirations of Ghanaians, we should be growing at double digits.
We need to grow at not less than 9.5%, or we need to grow around 11 to 12% consistently for the next 15 years in order for development to benefit some people in this country. Otherwise, by the time development reaches them, death would have taken them away. So we are not just asking for growth. We are asking for job-rich growth. In fact, Ghana's growth-employment relationship is one of the weakest in West Africa. We have celebrated jobless growth. In fact, the growth we celebrated last year is more than 55% driven by the service sector led by ICT, which is not job-rich. And you know why that growth can be accommodated? Because that ICT sector does not depend on government spending, because government really didn't spend that much.
So if you look at a GDP from an expenditure point of view, it's driven by households. The government, no business has a balance sheet as big as Ghana government. I agree that we needed to cool the economy, but as we scale up, let's scale up with prudence, efficiency, higher value for money. That is the way to go.
Then you can see inflation also coming down, quite right. So, of course, supported also by bumper harvest, good rain, God was good. Assuming there should be a dry spell, right, what will happen? You need to do all those calibrations, stuff like that. Okay, so we should be talking also more about food sovereignty. We have celebrated food security, regardless of where it comes from. We must be able to feed ourselves. That way, we'll reduce poverty, we'll narrow the inequality. Ghanaians will be happy. 3 square meal a day. Many of us here are not observing it. How many times do you eat a day? 3 square meal a day means that you are eating 9. 3 squared, mathematically, 3 squared is what? Have you taken time to analyze what 3 squared meal a day means? You are part of why the economy is not developing. The end result of production is consumption. So when you find an economy where people fast too often, it's not good. I also want to go to heaven. When you break your fast, let the economy notice. Is that okay? Yes, because you know why? If people are not eating, the watcher seller will not be happy coming to the work the next day. I hope you understand that. We need to, so 3 square meal a day, mathematical means 9. So before you take your breakfast means that there should be starter, the main, and dessert. So breakfast alone, you've done how many? So when you go for lunch, ask for starter, main, dessert. How many? You've done in total 6. Your supper, starter, main, dessert. How many? In all 9. This is how you fulfill righteousness. So from the monetary side, you can see the complementarity, but the price of the stability, you will see it on the books of Bank of Ghana in terms of the losses. Okay, so we've seen rates coming down, but again, we've seen some level of misalignment in the markets that they need to work on going forward. And if you do comparison with our peers, you will see that Ghana has one of the biggest spread between inflation and the policy rate. That spread that is high represents inefficiency. So it means that we are not passing on the gains from the macroeconomic stability to consumers of credit. So we need to narrow that. So in the absence of external development and all of that, Bank of Ghana may decide to say we are reducing the policy rate by 100 basis points, and the reason is just to narrow the effective return is too wide. We need to close it. So you see what other countries have, okay, and you see Ghana and Nigeria at the top there. Of course, we are not neighbors for nothing, okay. Again, you see the comparisons for other countries and all of that. So, yes, we are exiting the program on a good note and all of that. Reserves is strong, but take note. If you look at Ghana's reserves on net basis, it's not as comforting as our reserves on gross basis gives us. Our reserves on gross basis is giving us like 5.9 months of import cover, but our reserves on net basis is giving us a little above 2 months. And usually when the crisis starts, we don't look at the gross in determining your import cover. We look at the net. So somewhere 2014 and all of that. Remember, at that time, the government also didn't want to go for the program and all of that. By the middle of 2014, before we checked in for that program, our reserves on net basis could do less than 2 weeks. In fact, before we checked in for the 2022 program, our reserves could do less than 5 days. That was the trigger. The bulk of international trade is done on credit, and your credit worthiness is measured by your reserves cover. Okay, so we've seen reserves, but on net basis, it's just around 2.2 of import cover. We need to look at that going forward. Okay, so there are certain risk points that we need to take into consideration. One key one is the energy sector. These reforms has not been able to address this comprehensively. There are outstanding things that we need to do, and we need to. So when government announced that they were signing up for the policy coordination instrument, we said that is good, but we want to see the content of the reforms that they want to implement. When we see that, we'll be able to assess how that will be able to hold the anchor for a couple of months. Analysis and realize that using a tax base of probably close to 60% or 80% with a tax rate of between 1 to 5%, the country could generate more than $300 million annually from the high net worth group. Because of the high inequality and greater upward redistribution of wealth, we need to do this to unwind. Thank you.
City 97.3. More variety. City 97.3. Accra.
Your attention, please. Flight C8 has been delayed.
Again. Madam, can you please point me to the water fountain? And please watch my back and phone whilst I'm gone. You can be a traveler with infinite worries.
Hello, Mr. Annan. Your lounge access is ready.